Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Hey, it's Sean Oz.
What's up, Ken?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
I bet. You're in Colorado, so clearly you're stoned. Everybody knows that. I think if you drive into Colorado from any other state, they hand you a joint, right? The cops hand you a joint.
Yeah, you stop at the border. They give you about a little dime bag, and you just go on your way.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, we're going to talk to him about what it's like in Colorado, and then we're going to visit a whole bunch of other places in the world. Our guest tonight, all the way from Tehran, Iran. It's not Iran, it's Iran. And his name is Filip, and he lives there, and he's got a pretty amazing history. He's an actor and a photographer, and he flies drones there. And we're going to find out what it's like to legally fly drones in Tehran, Iran. Also, you know that guy that flew his DJI FPV into a volcano, which is really where all these belong? He's going to be on with us tonight. So stay tuned for that. Plus your viewer videos, some contests, and Jeff Sills with the news. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the sponsor that's been with us since the beginning, the Cadillac of processed meat, Pigeon Jerky.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky,
the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah.
I got a question for you, Ken.
Yes, sir.
Is it really made of pigeons?
Well, yeah. Yeah, the USDA wouldn't let you call it pigeon jerky if it didn't have at least 13% pigeon jerky meat, processed meat, flavored.
Sounds that much better.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I want to thank everybody for their pre-show super chats, and just got a few now. Media Mike, $30. He says, "Good evening, Ken and Sean." Thank you very much, Media Mike. And I think we'll have a video from him later on. And we've just been co-shatted. There is co-shat all over the place. There's some dripping from your hat, man. Philip Koshat.
I don't even know what that is.
$5.
That sounds bad.
Koshat? Oh, well, it's good when it's money. He says, "Sorry, I haven't gotten paid yet. All I can give tonight, lol." Well, thank you very much, Mr. Koshat. And Art, he's also in Colorado. He sent $5. Thank you, Art. He says, "I took the shell off my snail, but it became sluggish." Yeah.
That's a code. That's code word for Colorado. That means Art's getting stoned tonight.
Is it?
Yeah, that's code.
I think
Art, we know your problem.
Everything's a code word for pot in Colorado. So how far away do you live from Art?
Art's probably about an hour 15 tops, probably.
Okay, so you guys hang out a lot, or you just go over there when you want to put his drone in the water? Oh, snap!
I just like to go over there and sink his drones. It's fun. It's fun to do.
I picked that scab, didn't I?
Oh, I'm telling you, the look on his face, because you've heard this story.
Oh yeah.
It hit because I mixed up the height and the distance, and flying, and I hear this splash. I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And Art, he's oblivious.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I have to look at him and I have to say, "Art, I think I just put your drone in the link." And his eyes just like so big.
But you did right by him, didn't you?
I did. I gave him an Altel Evo.
There you go.
To replace it. And then he ended up getting an Air 2 also.
Oh, way to go.
That was sent by Ken Dono.
Yeah, Ken, you guys have been very good to Art. And Newfoundland Drones, thanks so much for the Canadian $5. I think pigeons are the secret ingredient in pigeon jerky. Yeah, pigeons are really just filler. The rest are pig snouts. Now, so what have you been up to, Sean?
Man, I have been actually taking a little bit of a YouTube break because I've been on this house hunt thing, and whole life has sort of fallen apart and being rebuilt. Today we did lock in the house, so I do have a place to live, and the rest of the life is still falling apart, but it's new adventures, glass half full, trying to stay positive through that. YouTube stuff, the stuff I've been doing is old videos getting edited, but there's a lot of new stuff that I'm going to be starting to do in late June.
Okay, great. It would have been awkward if you were homeless and had to move that Miss Pac-Man machine under a bridge somewhere.
God, it would have sucked.
Awesome. And are you going to give me a tattoo one day? Because I think I might have room somewhere. I'll find a place. You going to give me one?
Yeah, sure. I did. We did a live show when Ken was up here. I don't know if you caught any of that, but I gave him. He got his logo on him while he was up here. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, cool. And do you ever give yourself a tattoo? Sean's a tattoo artist, by the way. You ever?
Yeah, 28 years this July, believe it or not.
Wow. Do you ever tattoo yourself?
Yep, I'm much cheaper to do it to myself than to pay someone else.
And are you right-handed or left-handed?
I am right-handed, so most of the stuff is on the left side of my legs.
I guess so. If you had to give yourself a tattoo with your non-dominant hand, how would that tattoo suck?
Oh yeah, it would have sucked really bad.
All right,
third grader.
All right, look, I want you to give me a tattoo with your non-dominant hand when I get up there.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Yes, because every tattoo.
I don't know if I want to do that.
No.
Because then you're gonna be like, Sean Oz did that, and people will go, "Whoa, that guy sucks."
I want you to. Every tattoo has a story, right? Like this little one here. Where is it? This little one here. I let my listeners on my radio station pick it out. I said you can pick out anything you want, but I get to pick the size and where to put it. So they picked out a tractor because I was working at a country station. So it's the size of a quarter, but it's there.
Nice.
Dynadrone! Thanks very much for the $5. I am a tightwad. Here is my $5. And Saber-tooth crotch cricket, man. What a great username with a $1.03. Thank you very much. And Gino, my goodness. Gino, $20. Still do not have my eyes to protect my drone. Can I get like 5 pair now? Yeah, I actually went to the post office today with a whole bunch of packages and eyeballs. I don't get there that often, but I did go today. So if you ordered eyeballs or won a prize or anything, you should get them soon. Now, there was a lot. I had to make 2 trips with the car, and I made sure to go to the post office when there was nobody else in line. In the middle of them, and I had to fill out customs forms because they were going to other countries and everything, a line started piling up behind me. Like, there is like 6 people behind me. And then at the end, after like 25 minutes, the lady in the post office said, "All right, and is that it?" And I said, "No, I'm going to need 17 different money orders." And then I slowly turned and went, "Nah, just kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Come on, I'm kidding." So, anyway, and WHM3, $20 in hopes to get Jeff Sills to say the B word. And I believe you might be in luck. But first, the other B word, Beauchart. And this one's a head scratcher. Let's see if Kelly Green's on the wall. This is the Weekly Beauchart.
Hi, Ken. Jim Beauchart back again with another episode of the Weekly Beauchart. 200 in the books, and the streak continues.
What?
I said streak, not streaking. It was great to see the faces to the names. Now we can picture them together. As you can tell, my voice is almost hoarse or kind of duck-like from all the celebration last week. Ken, your video last week on the Falcons was entertaining and educational. But the real money's in homing pigeons. I sold mine on eBay last week 23 times. And speaking about pets, I taught my pet Goldfish how to breakdance. He can only do it for 20 seconds, and only once. And now here's a quick one because we are running out of time, and I'm about to pass out. I saw a guy put glitter on cashews. Pretty nuts, eh? On that note, buh and bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Beauchart. So you may be wondering what was up with his voice, and I thought that at first oh, it's a wacky effect. that he had in his voice. But no, apparently he was breathing a helium balloon each
That's what I
time.
was thinking.
So, man, hats
I'll
off
be
to you.
honest, I didn't want to say anything though, King, because if that was his real voice, I didn't want to be like this jackass that was like,
Oh,
what's wrong with the voice?
is that the first time you've seen the Weekly Beauchart?
Yeah, I'm usually at work tattooing. I rarely get to catch the shows.
Oh, okay. Well, he's been doing it for quite a while now, and we appreciate him. And good thing they have free healthcare up there in Canada, because he probably needed to stop in the ER. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Heading over into the drone newsosphere, Jeff Sills has a lot of it. What's going on, Jeff?
This has been a weird week of news. I guess it's the best way I can put it. Just a weird week of news.
Okay. I like weird.
So we'll start with the first one. Cargo is a rotary wing drone that apparently is designed by a Turkish-built company, and its claim to fame is that it autonomously hunts humans.
Okay.
Yep,
Human
this is
hunting, okay.
Essentially a weaponized drone, and in 2020, they put it to the test, and it carries an explosive charge, and it actually flew out, autonomously found an individual, and killed him.
Okay. It's pretty hard on mannequins as well, looks like.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So there's a lot of sort of complaints going around from various countries that this is, basically autonomous.
It's a
robotic death, so to speak.
well,
I guess.
it's a guided
But,
missile. It's a guided bomb. That's what it is.
No. This drone flies out. It's told to fly out into an area. It finds or detects what it thinks are targets.
Oh.
Then it makes a judgment as to what are appropriate targets, aka people, and then it specifically targets people.
Oh. So what happens if it loses GPS and returns to home?
Oh God!
Right? It's coming back. We never thought about when it comes back. We never learned how to land it. Right? Only taking off.
If something like that just gets hacked too.
Yeah.
Well, they launched these things against the Libyan faction, and after the first few successes, the Libyan forces retreated while they were being hunted down by the devices. I mean, it was a pretty, successful first use of autonomous hunting human drones.
Okay. Now it just needs to become self-aware, and we're in trouble.
Yep. That's the next part. So.
All right.
So
do you have the Terminator 2 music, Ken?
Oh, do I?
That would be appropriate for that
very
story.
fitting. Sorry, you said to question him if he has certain music at certain times or sound effects.
Oh, I do. It'd just take me a minute. Hang on.
Sorry.
Oh no! If you want it, you got it.
All right. Oh, I love that. That's a very distinguished sound. Everybody knows that movie, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll have to come back to that.
I love the first Terminator, but Terminator 2 was probably one of my favorites. So, all right. So NASA's learned a very important aspect to flying drones that we all know because Ingenuity almost crashed due to a camera glitch.
A camera glitch?
Yep. The Ingenuity drone survived a close call that would have ended in complete disaster. This was on the 6th flight, and a glitch in the camera imagery caused the drone's navigation system to malfunction, and they very well almost crashed the drone. Luckily, they were able to, resolve the issue before the drone had to land. But I'm trying to figure out, if you crash a drone on Mars, aside from the big robot nearby, how do you pick it back up?
Yeah, and I think there's a clue to why this happened. If you look in the very last frame, I don't know if you can see it there, but you can almost make out GoPro Karma.
Sitting there looking all close at my screen.
Yeah.
He's like, really,
I'm all
Ken?
close.
Really? Whoa, what? Where?
What am I looking for?
Yeah, Kelly Green right now is kicking the computer. So, all right.
Oh,
All right. So, Ken, I believe that you work at a radio station.
yes.
And I believe that that you are very, very adept to the whimsical ways of radio station morning shows.
Oh,
So,
hold on. Stand by. There's a wasp in here. Oh, God. Hold on. Bug alert. I got to bug out. Hold on. Stand by. Oh, we can't have that. No, buddy. You're not invited. I hate wasps so much. Get the hell I'm live. Get the what?
Is this part of the show?
No, this is not part of the show.
not part of the show. This right here, ladies
Where'd
and
he go?
gentlemen, is what we
Oh,
call
Hang on.
entertainment.
Hang on. I got to smash him. I got to smash him.
He's put on a show for us.
I don't care what. I don't care about the stream. I gotta smash this dude. Hold on a second.
Yes.
So sorry.
You have to understand that Ken
Hold
is not a
on.
big fan of certain
Hold on.
bugs. And
Hold on,
wasps.
I'm gonna get him. He's settling down.
So, Jeff,
Land
if a
somewhere,
spider
buddy,
came
land.
down like a big one right here,
Oh,
I'd be
man.
doing the same
Oh,
thing.
now he's pissed off. Oh crap!
Is it one of those red wasp, Ken? Because those are mean.
Where'd he go?
This you can't pay for.
Where'd he go?
This
Did you
right-
see him? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
This
Where'd he
you
go?
can't pay for.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Yes, right.
Oh,
Everybody
my
in the
God.
audience should super chat him for a wasp alert.
Smash!
Sabretooth says
I
you
think
need
I
a
got him.
wasp killing drone.
Yeah.
I got him.
Or bug spray, one of the two.
Yeah, that would work.
Woo!
Or one of those
I got-
tennis rackets that glow and you can hit bugs with it and they zap. You know,
Yep.
zapper tennis rackets.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Did you get it?
I did. Dude, listen. Years ago, I lived in an apartment, and there was a wasp at my door. And I killed it, right? No problem. Well, his buddy didn't like that, and he flew up my sleeve, and I didn't know it. Went inside. I was like, well, got that guy. He got me right here. And it's
Oh, man.
mentally scarred me. And so now...
I thought you were going to say he flew up something else for half a second there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me take it from here, Jeff, because, yes, I'm a radio guy. And when you sent me this story, I have to peel back the curtain, okay? What I'm going to show you is some false bravado from a morning show that is on a, what is it? Froggy
Q105 out of Tampa.
Q105 out of Tampa. Now, I'm going to play this, and I hope they see this, because you guys are a bunch of dicks. Okay? And I'll play it. Just let you guys form your own opinion. Here you go.
That thing's the size of this room. It's not the size of the room, but that is it looks to be a pretty large...
Who needs a drone that big?
Oh, the guy was acting cool and showing off. He was doing flippy-flips and loop-de-loops with it. Okay, so we're watching it. Wow, look at that.
It does look like a fairly large drone, and then what happens?
Then, after I take that video, if you see, it sort of points at us at the very end, okay? I stopped taking the video. We're just enjoying the sunset. Oh, that was cool. Okay. 2 seconds later, we turn around, we're walking.
So after you stop the video, 2 seconds later...
The swoosh happened, the sound. Basically, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden...
And
like the sound I put in the system.
it almost cuts off your head?
Dude, the thing skimmed my hair.
If you would have had your hand up in the
Wait a minute.
air, it would have hit your hand?
You're telling me that you actually felt the drone
I felt it.
on your hair?
In the back of my neck,
my-
I felt it. I don't know if the guy lost control of it. I don't know what happened. He was doing loop-de-loops to show off. Everybody's like, yeah, really cool. I guess he was doing a loop. He went a little low. He almost chopped my head off. Not only mine, but my entire family.
That would be a decapitation.
Don't you? I mean, looking at the size of that thing.
Entire Froggy family decapitation. Everyone.
4-person decap. And if you saw the video, okay, just think about that thing.
I'll have a cup of decap.
Look, it's called a quad decap.
If you see that thing, it's going, what, 50 miles an hour?
It's going pretty fast.
If it hits me in the back of the neck, MJ, what happens? Worst case scenario, chops my head off.
Well, first of all.
Best case, I'm a paraplegic most of my life. Because this thing hits me in the back of the neck, stab vertebrae.
It's not a paraplegic. It's
a paraplegic?
No.
I'll have a monkey living with me. It doesn't matter, dude. I'm going to have to use a laser pointer to go grocery shopping.
It's not paraplegic. It's paraplegic.
So here's the problem.
You're adding an extra syllable.
Here's the problem.
You're adding an extra syllable to that word?
Did you yell at the guy? Did you have
MJ?
Did you have words?
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was coming from because this thing was huge. You could have been flying it from everywhere.
So it could have been a woman flying it.
Yeah. So I go, who the is flying the drone? Like loud.
You yelled, who the
I go, who the is flying this god drone?
All right, Froggy,
like that.
Calm down.
Loud.
Calm down.
And I look around.
And there are people all over the beach, I would imagine.
Looking at me, and they're like, oh, because they were sort of shocked that it's flying so low.
And you have no idea where the person was with the controller?
No idea.
They could have been like up on an apartment building balcony or something.
Show yourself now, you son of White Castle fries.
I hit the wrong one.
Finally, after me cursing and yelling, I find out in front of this little townhouse is this old man.
Oh, so you did see who it was.
I finally found him.
All right.
It was an old man. And he was like, I really apologize. Because people were crowding around him.
This is not a 90-year-old guy flying a drone.
Well, it makes sense. That's why his drone was so big. They have big phones. They have big drones.
He was a beach guy. He probably does it every night.
Okay, few things about this. Nobody else, in the video I watched, nobody else on the beach was getting excited about this little foamy. Now, you guys all know that he was never in any danger. But this is the ignorance that happens when people don't know what the... Where's my bleep?
Yeah.
They're talking about. Not to mention the fact that this is a morning show that has 4 chuckleheads on it. I don't know how a station named Froggy can afford to hire 4 people on a morning show, but everybody knows the only guy making any money at a radio station that has 4 people on it, the only guy making any money is the guy in front of the buttons. The rest are interns or just D-bags off the street. So you guys can go yourself. And look, there's a thing called show prep. It takes me 2 days to put this thing together. It takes me hours to do my morning show on the radio. And this is what happens when you stroll into your Froggy studio 5 minutes before you go on the air and you got nothing. You just, hey, Dave, what did you do yesterday? Okay, all right, we'll ham it up. All right. You saw a drone? Okay, it almost killed you? No, it almost killed. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. No, it almost killed you. So, drama queens, your thoughts, Jeff?
Well, obviously, of course, I'm concerned about his hair, because that's the only thing that came into any close contact at that point. So, aside from the overreaction and the fact that there wasn't any opportunity for this guy to be decapitated by a drone, which I thought was probably the most hilarious part of the whole thing. It's like, yeah, no, it's not happening.
Yeah. They need a wasp in their studio every day to generate excitement. I love the morning shows like that. You know what I'm talking about, Rick and Bubba. The kind where there's like 10 people in the room, and even the lamest thing is funny, Hey, good morning, Rick. Hey, good morning there, Bubba. I had a coffee and I spilled it on my lap in the car. There's 15 people. It just irritates me when people don't even try to be entertaining. It just irritates me. All right.
Worse than canned laughter. So
yeah.
All right. Next in the news, we have a story that comes out of Palm Bay, Central
What?
Florida.
Did you say Palm Bay? Palm Bay. Please continue.
There is a story about a Florida man who found a car with a drone, and the story gets different from there.
It does get a little dark. No laugh track for this one.
Yeah, it was a very interesting story, and this is exactly where crews actually pulled that car out of the retention pond here. You can see the mud and the gunk and the tire tracks out here. It was a Ford Mustang, a 2002, connected, police say, to a 2009 missing persons case. And while police aren't saying who this man is, they do tell us that he did live in this community just on the other side of the pond.
I've done this multiple times, literally flown exactly over this area before.
A quick glimpse, and these aerials resemble a quiet beach getaway.
When I was flying, the water was extremely clear.
Crystal blue water, you can see right through it.
Instead of only being able to say 3 or 4 feet deep, I could now see easily 15 feet deep.
Something Dan says he's never been able to do flying his drone since he's had it.
I'm a little shocked it's been that long and no one's found it.
Instead of a brown murky color, the drone pilot looked right down and could make out a car. Surprising, yes, but it was about to get even more curious.
Who would have thought? It would have turned out to be something like this.
Something that's 10 feet from you, you would never even think about or come in contact with.
Some people fish, some people ride their kayaks.
Police aren't sure how or when the Ford Mustang ended up in the Bayside Lakes retention pond.
They flipped it over, and they were starting to bring it on shore.
But investigators quickly reported the car connects to this missing persons case from 2009, when 38-year-old Filip disappeared.
They kind of stopped everything.
The car, rusted and muddy, remains pulled from the passenger side window.
Didn't have answers, and now hopefully they get those answers.
And while police can't say who it is yet, Dan hopes their family finds peace.
They have some sort of closure.
Wow. Another good thing from drones. I mean, you know, other than chopping people's heads off on the beach, they're out there doing good things. Jeff, your audio is not working, Jeff.
No, I hit mute because I didn't want to talk over the nice lady. But no, it's a great example of, you know, somebody who uses their drone and just helps find a missing person from 2009 on a whim.
By accident.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Yeah. He just happened to be flying that day when the water was clear enough to see the car. That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
All right. So the next oh crap.
What? What is it, Jeff?
No.
What is it, Jeff?
I prepared this news. I know exactly what's going to happen. Somebody in the chat earlier super chatted because they wanted me to say this word. If you would, please, I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and cue up Dottie. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and prepare myself here.
What? What's wrong?
No. Just stop. This is something that I already knew was coming. And, oh, God. All right.
Yeah.
So, a European-funded program called Griffin is working on creating drones using the flight characteristics of birds.
Oh, cool. That's great. Tell us more, Jeff.
What am I watching?
So the idea is that they're going to use the articulated flapping design to conserve battery life by using the gliding characteristics that birds have and wind currents. So a bird would be able to fly to a certain wind current, then extend its wings and spread out and use the ability to glide over the thermal drafts to be able to stay aloft longer. The idea is that this particular drone will use that same flight characteristic by being able to flap the wings until they can find the proper thermal lift and then glide to be able to stay aloft longer and conserve battery life.
Wow, that's great. That's a great story. I don't know what you were worried about.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that little bird that Kelly from Ready Set Drone did a review on. It's a little bird that flaps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got one of those. I just never put it together. I'll have to do that. I was gonna let the falcons attack it as prey.
That would be really cool.
That would be really falcon cool. All right, Jeff, what's next?
All right, out of California, we have some drone video footage that
Heard
shows
about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird's a well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird, bird. But bird's a well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird, bird. But bird's a well, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody's talking about the bird. Well, a bird, bird. But bird's a well,
Second verse, same as the first.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
Jeff, you okay, bud?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing great.
You all right?
Oh, yeah.
Sean, your thoughts?
I feel like there's some kind of inside joke that I'm completely missing. but
Yeah,
it's
Sean
still-
never watched the show before. He's never seen the show. He's never seen it. But he's on it. But he'll watch
I
this
wouldn't
one.
say I've never seen it.
Nah,
I've seen
that's all
bits
right.
and pieces.
Hey, still, Dottie out of
Thank
context
God,
is
thank
fun.
God you do not have to go through my personal hell. I appreciate it.
Please continue.
Next
Now,
story.
yes.
It's hard to watch the show whenever I have clients in and I'm doing tattoos and I have bloody gloves on. All in between clients, I'll jump in and say hi and try and
Yeah,
watch
no,
what I
that's
can.
hey, that's all right, man. No biggie. Ain't no thing.
You just got to start later.
Type, yeah.
Yeah, or it replays, but that's you're good. Go ahead, Jeff.
That's a lot of work, kid.
That is a lot of work.
So the next drone video and news story comes out of California, where drone footage recently caught a growing number of great white sharks that are now starting to swim near people off the California coast.
Oh my God, don't bite him, don't bite him. Wedding photographer Carlos Gauna started capturing these stunning images off the beach last year when the pandemic dried up business.
Almost every time I see an interaction with a human and a shark, my heart does pound. We've all been conditioned ever since Jaws came out to fear that interaction.
But this is far from Jaws. Watch as a large shark calmly cruises the surf lineup. This one approaches a family, and a swimmer is headed right toward another. All of the sharks seem uninterested.
Despite the fact that people are out there thrashing around and their arms are hanging off boards and legs are hanging off boards, sharks just ignore it.
Chris Lowe is director of the Shark Lab at Cal State Long Beach. Why don't they want to eat us?
Well, we don't really fully know the answer to that question. First of all, we're not close to being on the menu.
Most of the sharks spotted off Southern California beaches are juvenile great whites. Despite their size, they're only up to about 6 years old and very inexperienced hunters.
Take it off.
Lowe's team showed us where the sharks use the warm coastal waters as a nursery.
When they're born, they're completely on their own. The safest place for them to be is in shallow water. They have to learn to feed on what's there. And the number one thing that's there are stingrays.
Carlos's video shows that they're very aware the surfers are there.
Yeah, in fact, we've been able to document sharks recognizing that somebody's nearby, so they know the sounds of a person swimming and surfing.
So they've learned that we're not a threat.
It kind of seems that way.
Wow. I don't care what you say. I'm still not swimming with sharks.
Oh man, that just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those not yet scenarios. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it seems like the sharks are safe. It seems that way. Okay. Until he's like, yes, definitely. I'm still not doing it. All right.
All right. So Ken, you're from Jersey, are you not?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. I lived there for a while. Yeah.
Well, apparently Six Flags up there is building a Jersey Devil coaster. And recently they did a full test run and they caught all the footage via drone.
Cool. I might ride in that one. You know those roller coasters that have the big metal bar that comes down over your shoulders and you're locked in forever? You know those? I won't ride in those because you get trapped in those upside down, you're screwed. I want one that if I had to, in an emergency, if I had to, I could wiggle out. You know? I get claustrophobic.
Been following the build of this coaster.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got this thing about roller coasters. I actually want to go like this summer and fall and start hitting all these roller coaster parks like Dollywood, Cedar Point, and just go check out all these coasters. And I've been watching this one. It looks really cool.
Isn't it better to ride a coaster after it's gone through beta testing?
I would probably wait for that.
Right? It's like, don't load your drone with the newest firmware. Wait till some other knuckleheads have problems with it first and they fix it. I don't know. I wouldn't ride a new roller coaster for 1 year. Give it a year.
Well, this particular roller coaster was slated to open in 2020, but due to COVID, it was postponed, and now planned to debut in 2021. It's going to hold 3 records when it opens as the world's tallest, the world's fastest, and the world's longest single rail coaster. So it has a 130-foot lift hill that leads straight into an 87-degree first drop. It goes through 3 inversions at over 3,000 feet of track and reaches a top speed of 58 miles an hour at the fastest point.
And there's going to be a pile of cell phones that will pile up in the middle of that thing, no doubt.
Well, those single track roller coasters like this are a blast. There's one in San Antonio at the Six Flags there called Wonder Woman. Ridden on it, and it's such a different experience than a regular coaster.
Can they do twisties better than a double?
They can do them sharper in different ways because it's just that single track, and you get the one person in the car instead of 2.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And just to let you know, Ken, to make you feel safer, the successful test of this coaster used water people that were basically large simulated human water bags to simulate the human weight for the roller coaster. So
I think I dated one of those water people in college. She was just a big simulated water bag. But I loved her. I loved her. Didn't care what anybody else thought about her. She was mine. Good times.
All right. So next in the news, I don't know if I'd call this news as much as just kind of weird. There's a group of people that have been working on coming up with a way of using drones as like jousting. And so this is their idea of Game of Drones, so to speak. And it's worth a watch.
It sounds like they came up with the title before they came up with the game.
Most likely.
Right? Game of Drones. Oh, that's so cool. All right, now we got to come up with something. At least they're using crappy drones. What, I see a Hubsan go by? A Typhoon?
Yeah.
You can kill that all day. Right. I apologize for those who own a Typhoon.
Yeah, the idea, I would assume, with the jousting part of this is that the drones would then have one of those large shields on them, and they would fly at each other, and whichever drone was still in the air afterwards wins. But it should be, I don't know. I guess it'd be fun to watch.
Yes. By the way, yes, Holy Stone. It looks like somebody said Holy Stone, and not a Hubsan. Hubsan's actually, they make great toys. But yeah, that I don't know. It just looks a little. It
reminds me. Did you fly planes or anything before drones, Ken?
Yeah.
Or Jeff?
I did.
Are you familiar with combat gliders?
Yes.
Made of EPP foam. We used to, when I lived in California, we'd fly right off of Long Beach. You'd have a whole bunch of gliders, just wings. You throw them out, and you could fly for 3 hours. But the whole point, there'd be about 20 of us out there trying to hit each other to take us out of the sky and go down the cliff. And of course, you don't want to get hit and go down the cliff, because then you have to walk of shame down the cliff and back. But this reminds me of that. It's a lot of fun. Although those don't break, and these probably do.
So the ones you had, they were foamies?
Yep, they were EPP foam. You could run over them with a car and just throw them on and still fly it.
Yeah, and if they did break, you can just tape them up. Wow.
Exactly.
Fun. All right. Yes, Jeff.
All right. So next in the news, with the hurricane season rolling in, the Florida Power and Light gave a local news station a look at some of its newest technology recently that they're using to help work when the power goes out during a hurricane season.
Air, ground, the curve. Florida Power and Light showcase the gadgets they'll be using this hurricane season and the ones they're hoping to use in the future. What about this technology? How are you using that this season?
The technology is a game changer.
CEO Eric Szilagyi says they're always looking at ways to use new technology to make restoration quick.
We'll have also people on the ground, but we're going to be pushing the technology on how we can do this so we can get out there even faster. Again, speed is everything.
What did you have to do before you guys even had this kind of technology?
A lot of walking. A lot of walking, a lot of driving, a lot of climbing poles.
Dora is a senior drone pilot. He showed us what's already in the air and one they're about to launch.
These can be positioned at substations. They could even be positioned on trailers and power plants, solar fields, to help us gain that advantage of being able to see from above, identify issues before they cause a power outage.
So look at this. This is something bizarre. You don't see this being used by other utility companies.
We can send Spot into an area to do an initial assessment instead of putting somebody at risk, and I can also do it faster because Spot can get into areas that maybe a human couldn't even squeeze into.
Spot.
Yeah, the Boston Robotics robot is actually making itself felt in a lot of places, and this one I thought was exceptionally cool because that's one of the first times that I've seen one of those that is not owned by Boston Dynamics. It's not like rented out or whatever. That they've actually gotten their hands on it and they're using it for a dedicated purpose. I cannot wait to see more of the Boston Robotics robots out in the world.
Yeah, but if you're in an actual, say you're in a collapsed building during an earthquake, you're trapped, right? You're already terrified, and then you see coming towards you, right? You're like, I mean, that would be. If you've never seen one before, you don't know about them. You see, and then it's like, stay calm, don't be afraid of Spot. Spot is here to help you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you have power lines down, something like that, some of those vehicles can go in and move those power lines to a safe area so that people can traverse and be able to get out of harm's way, et cetera. So I'll go with the positive side of it, and hopefully it wouldn't scare the crap out of anybody.
Yeah, people get used to it. Yeah.
Are these the same ones that have you seen where they kick them and they try to knock them over and they like correct their balance?
Yeah, that's the exact same one. That's the smallest version of what Boston Dynamics makes. They have quite a few others that if you go out to their website or their YouTube channel, you can see some of the ones that they have. They've got ones that can leap and run at full speed. They're bipeds. It's 2 legs. I mean, it's amazing. So definitely worth a watch.
Pretty awesome technology.
All right. So speaking of a worth a watch, this particular video showed up literally seconds after last week's show, and I've been waiting all week to show this to you guys. This is an FPV romp video, actually, like ones that we've seen where they go through the bowling stations in the movie theaters, etc. But this is from Lake of the Ozarks, and these guys outdid themselves.
Yeah, we just got here. Coming in now.
This looks like a bowling alley. Is this the same one?
That's the bowling alley. The one that was the Lake of the Ozarks was the video that had the people on boats.
Oh. Well, let's watch this one instead. It's still cool.
Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a problem.
Everybody's got to come to rehearsal.
No, that's fine. We can definitely make sure that we include it in next week's show. I definitely want everybody to get a chance to see it.
Yeah. These fly-through videos are really amazing, the way they're doing it. And I'd like to do one of those one day. Am I good enough?
I just want to know where they're standing, Ken, because your radio signal, or at least for me up here in the mountains, you get behind enough things, and even with the DJI Digital, it's not going through it.
Yeah.
So they got to be selective, like in just the right spot.
It takes a lot
outside, inside.
It takes a lot of planning, for sure.
Yeah.
Every one of these videos, there is a group of FPV enthusiasts that will go through it frame by frame to try to find where the guy is sitting that's flying the drone. And in some cases, they've been able to find him. In other cases, they haven't been able to find him. But it's sort of like a hunt for, what's that one where the guy's in all the striped clothes, Where's Waldo or whatever? They're hunting for the pilots in every one of those videos. So
all right,
I thought you were going to say the hunt for Red October.
Let me apologize to our guest. He's in Tehran, Iran, and we're running a little bit late. We're going to get to you here in a second. But first, Jeff, Sean, you've seen the video where the guy flies this guy into a volcano, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't.
I'm going to show it to you, and while I'm showing it to you, I'm going to get him on the phone. His name is Joey Helms. So check this out, Sean.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And goodbye. How about that? You haven't seen that, Sean?
You weren't kidding.
Yeah, no. Okay, so with the first video that we were exposed to from the volcanoes was when they were flying a drone over the volcano, and it melted all of the sensors on the bottom of the drone, and it amazed everybody. The drone made it back, etc. But then they've been doing flights over this volcano since then, as part of the investigation that they're doing. As your final thing, clarify me if I'm wrong, but you guys, this was your final flight that you were doing, and you took this drone and sacrificed it specifically for this shot.
I guess that's a question directed to me. Well,
yeah. First, let me welcome you to the show. Welcome. Jeff didn't let me welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. It's Joey Helms. He's from Chicago. He's a German guy, right? You're German?
That's it.
So,
that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so that accent isn't a Chicago accent, but yes, tell us how this came to be, sir.
Well, yeah. I mean, first I went out just for the volcano tries, and as a filmmaker, documentary filmmaker, and being drawn to that beautiful country and nature in general, I just went out there just to see that volcano because it's been like erupting for quite a while. But it's not every week that a volcano is in fairly close proximity for you, and you can get there. So I went out there with all my cameras and my drones, like the DJI FPV as well as the Mavic 2 Pro. And shot there, and I guess what you're seeing right now that's different video footage, but like that was footage captured earlier before I crashed the FPV drone into the volcano. And I would say I'll leave it up to the viewers to decide if this was intentional or an accident.
Okay.
It makes for a good discussion for sure.
Okay, because if it was intentional, you can get a ticket for littering. Because this is garbage. And
is that why it's yellow? Is that why you have the yellow hood on there? Because it's like
that's
right.
On,
it's like these bags,
yeah, that's right. And Volcano is the best place for it. Sacrificing this virgin to the volcano gods. Hopefully, we'll keep DJI from making any more.
So the footage that you got from there, how many flights did you actually make over this volcano? I know that the first one, it melted the bottom of the drone. How many other flights did you guys make?
I think on the FPV, I had a total of 8 flights. I was out there with 5 batteries. I think I had 9 flights in total. It's spread out at this stage. Like the volcano spread out quite a bit, so there's like other lava fields as well, which I flew. But in total was like 8 flights or 9 flights with the FPV, and then a bunch with the Mavic 2, and it made it very apparent like how much longer the battery lasts on the Mavic 2 versus like an FPV. I was like, why am I still in the air? What's going on?
Is this Mavic 2 video?
That's Mavic 2 Pro, yeah.
Okay, I could tell because it wasn't distorted.
Right.
Right.
Well, I removed the distortion a little bit on both drones, but that's FPV what you're seeing right now. That's Mavic 2 Pro. I mean, it's quite obvious when you know.
Yeah.
I reckon you guys recognize it.
Let's watch the sacrifice one more time. Okay. And this video on your channel is blowing up. There's a link in the description if you want to see the whole thing and check out the rest of his videos. I encourage everybody to subscribe. And so this is in Iceland?
Yeah, that's in Gedingadir Valley in Iceland, in the Reykjanes Peninsula, which is very close to the airport and to the capital Reykjavik as well. So it's actually like the volcano itself is in the perfect location for tourism, and there's no like strong infrastructure around that it's threatening, and it's also like the perfect size that you can actually get I think I'm like 500 meters away from there, from the eruption. So it's actually quite impressive there how nature shows that spot for us to go there.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: when at the very end here, when you end up in the lava, the little distortion that happens, is that an effect or is that what actually look like?
At the end,
Yeah.
the transition over to the other one. Yeah, that's just like what you see now. Well, actually, that's the slow-mo version.
Okay.
From the transition from the original clip to the slow-mo, there's like a little bit of a transition just to make it look.
For dramatics. Okay. And can you just go out there like?
Yeah. It's like you wouldn't believe it if you live in the U.S. or even like in Europe and other countries. They let you go as close as you want. There's search and rescue folks. There's maybe like 2 police officers every now and again during the peak hours when most people are hiking there. It's mostly locals as well. But they let you go as close as you want. It's on your own risk to the lava fields, and they're crawling, around in these valleys. So. Like I roasted marshmallows on it.
Oh my God! Yes, Sean. Did you have a question?
I do actually. I'm really curious. Since obviously you didn't go get it and get the SD card out, was that just recorded in your goggles?
Yeah, that's the whatever 810p signal. I'm actually quite impressed, like how long it like kept transmitting and the eventual quality that came out of it. I went with this like what is it called, focus mode. You see it maybe on the sides a little bit blocky, so that the center image is still a little bit clearer. So I went to so with the focus mode, I think it actually helped a little bit to be clear in the center.
And then my second question for you would be: has the video made enough views yet to be able to buy you a replacement?
It looks like it, yeah.
That's great.
And I know, Ken, you don't like it, but for me as a filmmaker, documentary filmmaker, and someone who's like, this is my first FPV drone, it's like you mentioned before in your videos, it's the way to get in.
Yeah, I'm half kidding when I say that. It's because, when you create a drone that's not a Mavic and not an FPV quad, what have you done? It does neither of the things well. But what it does well is it will keep you from crashing if you want to learn acro, but it's an expensive way to go. But like you're going to put a good camera on it, right?
Yeah, I just got the, what is it, small rig? Yeah, small rig, like the GoPro mount. So I'm going to try that one out. I'm going to put a GoPro Hero 8 on it. And I think it'll get better image quality out of it, because that's eventually my goal, right? Like I want to get good images out of it and different angles that you would usually not get from other drones.
Yeah, it's a good camera platform.
Let's have some fun though with the audience in one regard, since it's up in the air as to whether or not you intentionally flew into the volcano or not. I'm going to let everybody in the audience, identify whether they believe, did you do this on purpose or did you do this by accident? And afterwards, you can tell Ken off camera which one it is, and next week we can reveal whether or not this was an accident or whether you did it on purpose.
And let's see, they're saying accident. It's a better legend if it's an accident, so we'll go with accident. I can confirm right now it's an accident.
I mean, the jokes around this, it's been going crazy. I mean, I don't know how many times, like on my channel, I'm closing in on 1 million views on that video, but I licensed it to Reuters and they send it out basically to all news organizations all around the world, and pretty much all of them globally ran with it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the morning shows. I was just on BBC One breakfast TV earlier, like late night last night, and it must have been seen by hundreds of millions of people, because it's been on all major news outlets in their evening TV programs, in their evening news programs. And I would love to know how many people have seen it, just for vanity reasons and curiosity. But it's like just like what I see on Reddit, what I see in my comments, what I see on on Instagram. There's like so many fun jokes around like Mordor and Lord of the Rings and the machines uprising. It's hilarious. It's great entertainment as much as I can keep up with it.
And I'm glad that this will bring attention to your channel. And,
for sure.
Yeah.
Got some decent growth out. I mean, like I've been dedicated to the channel and regularly uploading. Mostly like I do a lot of documentary filmmaking and then talk about also gear on the other side on my channel. Sometimes like some drone related stuff, but also a lot about like cinema cameras and people making that move from like DSLRs to cinema cameras. And yeah, that video definitely got a little bit more attention to my channel. I'm stoked about that, and we'll keep uploading stuff as well. Yeah.
What's the
I'm going to Iceland in July again, and we'll fly this thing around waterfalls, like the biggest waterfalls in Iceland. Let's see how that goes.
Can I send this to you and have you fly it into another volcano for me? Will you just do that for me?
What about a waterfall?
What? Yes. Oh, yeah, waterfall. That'd be good. Can you shoot it first? I'm just kidding. Hey, let me ask you, what's the dumbest question anybody on one of these morning shows, on any of your interviews, other than this one, have asked you?
Oh, sure. I mean, they were just like generally curious about. I mean, the most like asked question certainly, was this on purpose or an accident, or but especially like, how is it to fly around a volcano? And I think that's certainly something I've never done before in my life, and I've never been to a volcano, and that was certainly an interesting experience, because, and I actually like releasing a video soonish about that, like what it's like to fly a drone around a volcano, and what you should think about from someone who has never flown a drone around a volcano but experienced it. And oh damn it, I crashed it in the middle of the shoot. But I think what's very, especially in the FPV world, what you need to keep in mind in that context, in case some of your viewers are ever going to fly around a volcano,
yeah,
is that you have extreme turbulences around it, and you see it in the video, like especially over the hot lava. There's these hot gases emitting, but then you have the cold air, and like some of it gives you upwinds, but some of it's like air pockets where you just drop, and so it's like keeps shaking like crazy. Especially like, I mean, like some of the footage obviously also, well, that's footage is definitely stabilized after the fact, but like when you watch it live, like the feed is not stabilized, right? So you just like see yourself like basically like shaking. You're like any second you think like it's gonna drop out of the air. And then on the other side, you have, with this volcano, which spews up every 7 minutes as well, you have these hot lava stones like falling down. It's like a mixture of lava stone and air. It's fairly light, but it definitely can be sharp and can hit your drone. And so you got to be careful about that one too.
What kind of damage did you see on the ones that you got back, your drones that you got back?
I have it. If you give me a second, I can get it. But it's not as visible. Mostly, it's the downward sensors. It's like, because like if you spend a little bit of time, and you see it on the other footage, like if I spend a little bit more time, like just hovering above the actual caldera, and I've done that with the Mavic. You see like basically downward sensors, like that plastic film or that plastic glass, whatever it is. You see it bending basically, and I'm getting every now and again now errors as well to that downward sensor, that it's not working properly anymore. And I've seen especially like these little flaps that you put in where your memory card goes in. That those hung down every time I came back, because like I think they deform and then go back into position. I've seen it like molten as well. Other friends of mine in Iceland, they have like they fly proper FPV drones, and their props are definitely like melting. The longer you are like hovering around like these hot spots, the more dangerous it is to your drone. And so you just got to fly fast, and you're pretty okay.
I was going to ask you about that, because the propellers on the DJI POS, they're just plastic.
Yeah,
they're not. Polycarbonate or whatever the other regular FPV props are. So they're not as rugged.
I didn't see any damage up until obviously that one went away. But I haven't seen any damage to the props. Like you've seen, like I flew with the FPV drone through the caldera in a way. And I didn't see any damage. I saw a little bit of like a little dent or like some scratch marks here. So there must have been like on one of the arms, like some of the hot lava pieces must have hit it. But it was fine until the big crash.
Right. Now let me ask you this: do you think that do you think it's in there, or just burnt up, or do you think like?
I think it's all liquid.
There's nothing in there that would stay. I don't think so. I imagine maybe some future archaeologist finding
that's exactly what I'm thinking too. It's like in future, like these like people in the past, what have they done here? You know, like what's
right?
Why are there drone not even like that will likely not be the
Right,
case.
right,
but like,
right.
why are the drone parts in this volcano? That must have been from the influencer era.
Right. Yeah, the influencer era, way back when they used to use propellers instead of anti-grav.
Yeah, exactly.
Primitive. Anyway, hey, man, thank you so much for hopping on with us. You're a busy
thanks for
guy.
having me.
Where are you off to next in the world?
Well, actually, I'm going back to Iceland in July to do a proper trip around the highlands there, and it's just a gorgeous country. I can recommend for vaccinated people in the U.S. It's open. You just need to get a test at the airport and can travel there. That's next for me. That's my next big trip for sure.
Wonderful. Well, there's a link in the description. Joey Helms, Volcano guy, as he will be known from now on. Thank you so much for being on with us.
Thank you, guys.
All
Have
right.
a good one.
See you later, bud. What'd you
Bye-bye.
think? How about that guy? He was nice, huh?
Yeah, that was crazy footage.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he was worried about how many people have seen his video, I do my news crawl to find stories, and that particular video showed up in hundreds upon hundreds of links. So, yeah, he's definitely getting exposure for that one.
Well, good. He deserves it. He's got a good channel, and I hope you guys.
Ken, I
check
got
it
a
out.
great idea. So when you
What is
come out here to get your tattoo,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Bring your DJI FPV drone.
Right.
One of my friends is a local law enforcement here, and he's told me again and again, we can bring some drones to the shooting range and have some fun.
You know what? Whenever I do something with guns on this channel, YouTube's like,
I didn't say guns. I just said the word shooting.
Shoot. Well, yeah. You know what I want to do? I want to film a Gatling gun at 20,000 frames a second. That's what I want to do, and then have this be the target. Anyway, Jeff, what do you got there, bud? What do you got?
Well, we blew one up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did. We did blow one up. We blew one up with Tannerite. Good times.
Oh,
search for that. 10,000 frames a second. slow
Chris
motion.
Rollins involved in that?
Yes. Awesome. Well, Jeff, thank you so much. We were very late. We've got to go to Iran.
We'll go to Iran.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
All right, Jeff. See you, bud. All right. Sean, let's hear that
sir.
first joke.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna like this. So why did the radio station that Ken works at ask what kind of car he drives?
Why?
So they could decide whether they were gonna give him 6 days or shop days for his RX-8. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
that's thanks to Doc Murdoch. I had to share that.
That's all right. Now, I've got some viewer videos to share. Got some great ones. Now, the viewer video of the week, Sean. The viewer video of the week is unlike anything you've ever seen. It is completely unique, and it's wonderful. And I want to show it now, but I can't. And I also want to share these viewer videos. We got mail. But first, we've got to go to Tehran, Iran for our guest. But first, let me point out something weird. It is right now 8:03 p.m. Central Time, U.S. Alexa, what time is it in Tehran?
In Tehran, it's 5:33 a.m.
That's so weird.
5:33, right? So it's not even. It's like a half hour off. It's weird. They have their own time. So I hope he hasn't stayed up all night, but let's go ahead and bring in Filip from Iran. As Sean tells an even better joke.
Oh, no. How do you fix a broken pizza?
How?
With tomato paste.
That's pretty good. I like that one. And correction, it's Filip. It's Filip. That's how you say his name. So let's bring in. We're calling Filip. Stand by for Filip.
Correction, it's
Let's see. Do we have him here? I think we do. Hey, there he is. There's Filip.
Hello.
Hey, could you turn your device that way? Maybe.
Did it work last time when I did this?
Oh, did it? Oh, I don't know. Oh, there it goes.
Some problem.
Excellent. Very good.
Working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, sweet. Hey, listen, before I start, look what came in the mail.
Oh, if I didn't think it was going to get there because it had an American flag on it. That's awesome. Yeah.
It just came last morning. So when I got out the house, oops. When I got the house, they handed it up to me.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, Filip won some Freewell filters, but Freewell said, "Nah, we don't ship there." I was like, "What?"
Sorry, I'm on a mobile phone, and it just fall. Well, so here it is. From China, you cannot send anything here, but you can send it from US. So it's weird. Like we can have somebody buy something from Amazon and then send it to us, and it arrives about maybe a month later. But from China, nothing comes here, even though the Chinese own Iran.
Huh. Weird. And what's the deal with the time being 30 minutes off than the rest of the world? What's up with that?
I have no clue. Listen, our date is 1400, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, that's right. It's only 1400 there.
Yeah, we are not on 2021. It is for 1400.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, it's because,
go ahead.
Well, because in United States and in Western world, they go, it's based on Jesus or something. I'm not sure. Well, when did it start to counting?
Well,
here we count from the day that the prophet went from one city to another city.
Right. I think it's BC and AD for the rest of the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And I can understand why Iran wouldn't want to get along with that. But you've got an amazing story of how. Now you're an Iranian national. You were born there.
Yes, I was born here.
And then what happened? You went away. You came to the United States, and now you're back there. Can you give us that story very quickly?
Yeah, sure. Well, my dad is Russian, and my dad is second generation. So my grandfather came from Russia during the Nikolai, came to Iran as an officer, and then he basically stayed here with my dad and my uncle and my aunt. And then my dad married my mom, and I was born in Tehran, Iran. And around 9 years old, they sent me away to Germany. I was in Germany for about 10 years. And then I decided to go to United States, Utah, Salt Lake City. And I went to Salt Lake, got married, lived there pretty much. I mean, I moved around. I lived 6 years in Key West, Florida, and then a year in Phoenix, a couple years in Salt Lake City. And then about 5 years ago, my mom was sick and she couldn't travel anymore. So I decided to come here. But I didn't have no passport. I mean, I had nothing that would show that I'm Iranian, except that in my American passport says nationality Iran. And then I says, okay, I want to go to Iran. And they're like, well, you can get in, but getting out, we don't know it's going to happen or not. So I said, it's okay. I mean, it's my mom. My mom is sick, and I have to see her. And then I decided I came to Iran, and I was about 24 hours in the airport to make sure that's who am I and why am I here? Why is my name Filip? Why I speak Farsi and everything else. But then they let me go, and I stayed with my mom. And then I decided to come back to US, and I met a woman, and I got married, and I stayed.
That's an amazing story. So you speak Farsi, English, and German?
And German, yes.
What do you find occasion to speak English in Tehran a lot, or no?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, a lot. I mean, there's a lot of Iranian that go back and forth or studied in America, and then they come back here. I have 2 kids in Salt Lake City. I speak with them. No, I do. I spend a lot. And what happened is it's friend of my mom. It's a very well-known director. I mean, it's like the biggest director in Iran. And then he said, you want to act in one of my movie? And I'm like, sure, as a foreigner. And I'm like, sure, why not? And that was my beginning in then acting in the Iranian world, because I never acted before. I mean, I only so far have been either a British spy or an American spy or a Russian spy. But
so you're a villain.
I'm always a villain. I'm always a villain. But here's the funny. I'm the villain like Godfather. Everybody loved the Godfather, even though he was the villain.
Right.
And here it's like that too. My acts are such of, people start liking me. Like in the street, they call me by, one of them, I was Edward Denzel. I was a British actor. And like, hey, Edward, how are you doing? They want to take a picture. And so I'm the good villain here.
Okay. So you're an actor and a photographer? And
photography, and well, 3 years ago, I became known with the drone world, and then I started kind of playing around with it.
Okay, now I'm going to play. We're going to ask you all about the drone stuff and what it's like to fly there. Sure. But for those, and I played this clip for Sean, and he was amazed because I think a lot of people mistake Iran for Iraq a lot, and other parts of the Middle East, and they don't realize what it actually looks like there. So this is I guess you're sitting on your house here, and I'll go ahead and share this. This might surprise people. Sean, what did you tell me when you saw this?
Well, I'm going to sound like an idiot, but I was like, wait, where's all the sand in the desert?
Right? There's a lot of green mountains.
Yeah. I was shocked. I didn't think it was going to be so mountainous and so green, really. I really wasn't expecting that.
It's actually quite beautiful there. And are you sitting on your house, Filip?
Yes, this is it's actually a summer house. It's a kind of a summer house. It's about 30 kilometers from the Tehran, from the capital. And on the hot days in the summer, we go there and then spend some time there. It's actually a village, and it's still like a very old village. I mean, they still make bread the old ways. It's like only 10,000 people live in that village.
Oh,
but
very
it's
cool.
Close to the, but I lived in the capital of Iran, Tehran, and this is about 30 kilometers from Tehran.
So what is it like to fly a drone there? Is it legal? What is the Iranian equivalent of the FAA? Are there special rules? Because I Googled, can you fly a drone in Iran? And they said, no!
So the rules, basically, when I got my first Mavic Pro, you couldn't fly anywhere you want. Nobody knew anything about it. Matter of fact, when you used to fly, everybody used to come around, and police is like, "Oh, this is fine, this is nice," and there was no laws for it. And then with the time, they have grabbed everything that's FAA, the laws from FAA from United States and European, and then they implemented in Iran. So Tehran, the capital, is an absolute no-fly zone. Like, you cannot fly in Tehran because the supreme leader lives here, because the Senate is here. There's a lot of military stuff. And in Iran, you cannot fly over schools, over mosques, over churches, over political buildings, over any state buildings. And Tehran is basically everything is that. And you cannot fly over people at all. However, if you're a filmmaker and you want to fly in Tehran, you have to go get a special permission from the Revolutionary Guard, and they send somebody out with you, and the person is just there making sure that you show up on the same day on that location, and then you can film there. Everywhere else in the country, you just go to your basically local police station or a local courthouse and get a permit, and then you can fly legally on that city. If you're in the middle of nowhere, it's kind of tricky. You have to know where you're flying, because we have a lot of military bases that are not on the map, and like DJI doesn't know, because everything that is in Iran is DJI. And so you have to be kind of careful where you fly. You need to, even if you can't be in the middle of desert and for miles and miles you don't see any person, and then suddenly somebody knocks on your shoulder and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, I'm flying around." Well, this is a military base. I'm like, "Where?" Well,
yeah. Surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna surprise.
What happens if you accidentally fly over something like that? You're flying and you come back to your home base and you go over a mosque and someone spots it. Lots of trouble?
Yeah, I don't think I can even tell it here.
Oh, no.
It's a big.
Yeah,
it's a big.
Yeah,
it's a big no-no.
See, here in Iran is different. Here they don't see drone as a threat that somebody is taking picture of a house, because we have Google Map. They see it as, let's say, the ISIS grabbing a drone and then putting a bomb on it and then going into a mosque or something like that. But this is why it's very difficult. And in Iran, we have gun laws. It's absolutely the most strictest in the world. Like, there is no guns. And if you find guns in the hand of a people, it's like a big no-no. So they're very very, very careful with where you can fly and what you can fly. It's more for safety than for being paranoid that America is hunting us or somebody else is hunting us. It's more for the safety.
Okay, and is it difficult to import drones, to buy one? And somebody asked in the chat, do you have friends to fly with?
Yes, actually, we don't. So DJI doesn't have an official store here in Iran, but we buy our drones from Dubai. Every time it hits in Dubai, it takes about 4 days or 5 days, and it comes to Iran. And they usually get everything faster than even United States. So if you are supposed to get, let's say on Monday, a new drone, DJI drone in United States, in the Saudi Arabia and Dubai, they get like a week before. So we get very early on. But we have everything. We have DJI, we have the parrots. I mean, everything you can think of, it's here. And then now a lot of people are getting into FPV too.
Oh, great. Are you going to get into FPV at all?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No? Yeah. Those can get out of control and go places where you're not supposed.
And you know what, Ken, with the COVID, we have been hit very hard. And so the cities, every city has been shut down for 1 year. Like we can travel out from the city or in from the city. So me living in Tehran, I barely can fly. And if I want to fly, I have to drive about 2 hours away or 3 hours away. And since I'm a travel ban, it's not really worth it for me to invest in any new drones.
Yeah. I'm gonna share some more of your video here, and maybe you can talk about it while we're watching and tell us where what this is all about. Now, some of it I had to change the music just for copyright stuff, but this one I didn't. How high up are you on this?
This is about 250 meters.
Okay.
Don't ask me how much is in miles.
Yeah. And where is this?
It's about 800 feet.
That's about 3 hours north of Iran. So it's a man-made lake. It's basically it's a recreational lake that is around it. There is houses, villas, and recreation. You can come rent a boat and restaurants and stuff like that. And one day I went there and decided to fly. Actually, it was my first time I flew into the clouds.
Wow. Yeah, we can't fly into the clouds here. Unless
we can't either. Basically, the new rules says 120 meters. You cannot fly above 120 meters. I'm not sure how much is it, 400 feet or something like that.
Oh, okay. So that was before the new rule.
This is before the new rule. Yeah,
Okay.
The new rule is basically identical to FAA. What you have to do.
All right. And there's another one I wanted to play. And there's a link to Filip's channel in the description. I urge everybody to check it out and subscribe, and that will encourage Filip to put out more video. I'm sure already there's people whose minds are blown just by seeing this video of Iran. It's not what everybody thinks it is. It's not as. I mean, there's a stark difference. There's similarities between Iran and Iraq, but I think people get those two countries confused.
Yes.
Iraq is much more.
Iraq is an Arabic country. They speak Arabic. We speak Farsi. We can't even understand each other.
Oh, yeah. And
it's like two different languages.
I got a question for you about the geofencing. You know how the drones here, at least in the States, they keep you from taking off in certain areas, or they'll force land you if you hit certain areas. How do they work? They're same exact thing?
It's the same thing. So basically, DJI got all the mapping from the Iranian FAA, and then based on that, they mapped, their software or however it was. So yeah, we cannot go close, 5 kilometers to the airports.
Okay.
The geofencing is all the same. And unfortunately, in Iran, there's a problem that there is some airports that have been shut down, but on the DJI still shows that it's active. And then we're in the middle of nowhere, and there's no airports, but we can fly because it says there's an airport here.
Yep, that happens here too.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good is Ken, let me tell you this. The good thing is so the Iranian FAA, kind of like FAA, they actually took over the drone rules, and then they're issuing plates, or they're issuing like plates, like car plates. That's you put in a number on your drone, and with that you're allowed to fly anywhere in Iran easy without special permits, except Tehran, except the capital city.
Okay. Well, that's very similar to what we're doing with the tail number, the FAA numbers. By the way, I want to play another one of your videos. Would it be okay if I shared the walking the dogs and shopping for a book video? Just a little bit of it?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
This shows a little bit of the city. This is not drone footage, but it shows your wife and you're in the car and you got the cute dogs. And I did have to edit a little bit just because there was a song in there that I can't play. But
okay. So
you can talk about what's going on as we watch this. And this is some Farsi that I can't understand. So that's the wife.
Yeah, she's just explaining what we are doing. And my wife is a photographer, and she's also getting her PhD in law. And then we're hoping that once her PhD is done, we're going to move to United States.
Okay, and I see that you drive on the correct side of the road there, so that's good.
Yeah, we drive on the back side.
Sorry, UK. But here's a bookstore.
That's a bookstore, yeah. My wife's favorite store. She reads a lot of books. Yeah. And I like to look at pens and stuff like that.
So does she speak English and German as well, or what does she speak?
No German. She speaks English and Farsi.
Okay.
So basically, books in Iran, everything's in Farsi. But let's say, the book that was written by Michelle Obama, it took about 3 months after that, somebody translated, and we had it in Farsi version in Iran. So everything comes to Iran very quickly, and it gets translated. And even movies, we get whenever the movies are being played in Russia, we get the next day in Iran. So
look at those!
All the same.
Look at those muffins. What are your dogs' names?
Lily and Sufi. Sufi is the mom. Lily is the baby.
Okay. And I think what you're saying here is subscribe. Right?
No, we just say. I actually never say subscribe. Here is basically we're saying thank you for watching us. My wife just started a Instagram account, and she's cooking and then telling a story. It's a kind of a new way she's doing it.
All right.
Yeah, but you know what? What everybody is like thinking. Iraq, because of the war that they had, they took a lot of damage. But Iran, the war didn't do much into the city, and I mean we're having 5Gs, like it's coming 5G here, based on technology. Everything is here. The problem is everything is very expensive. So a drone that costs $1,000 for you, it costs us $2,000. That's a problem.
Right. I think everybody thinks that Iran is just backwards and sandy and there's camels everywhere, and I'm sure that people watching are like, what? Wait, what? She's not wearing a hijab. All these things. I will say this, and I did a little bit of research. So your constitution, adopted after the Islamic Revolution in 1979, and this is from Google, proclaims that equality for men and women under Article 20. While mandating legal code adhering to Sharia law, women are allowed to drive, hold public office, and attend university.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The Sharia law doesn't exist in Iran. Our laws is based on old French law and some new and Muslim law and Islam law. Mm-hmm. But the woman, what is here very nice is in the United States, it's been always the same that the women are making less than a man. In Iran, this doesn't exist. There's one standard number that they have both make. If it's a man or if it's a woman, if it's white or black, everybody makes the same amount of money. To be honest, the women, they have a lot of power here. Actually, they have a lot of powers here.
Oh, that's great.
Everybody thinks that the women are suppressed here. Okay, because this is an Islamic country, there is certain rules, like a woman cannot become a president. Not yet. Cannot become a president. But other than, they're free to become doctors, lawyers, anything they want. Nobody, there is no, the only limit is what they set themselves.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? This is one thing that I love about having a YouTube channel and a community like this and a live stream is that we get to talk, we get to see places that a lot of us will never be able to visit, and we get to talk to people in countries that we would never otherwise know. So
I agree.
Now
I love that part of it, Ken.
Yeah, it really shrinks the world, and it makes me and I hope everybody realize that, you know, despite governments and their views on other governments, the people within the country are pretty much all the same. We're all just trying to get along and love one another and have fun and do our thing. And so it's great to know that, you know, even in a country that's as mysterious as Iran, that you're doing same things, droning and filming and everything else that people in Western countries are doing as well. It gives me a lot of hope.
I mean, we have. I mean, I must have every morning my Nutella and my cornflakes made in USA. You know, so every time when you put a country on sanction, what it happens is it doesn't mean that nothing exists in Iran. It means like everything is more expensive because we are not like North Korea. In North Korea, you really cannot buy anything. But I mean, everything else. I mean, we have Apple Store here. It is not officially an Apple Store, but it looks perfectly like an Apple Store. Another thing that Iran doesn't have, it's a copyright law. We don't have the international copyright law. So like in Iran, you can copy pretty much anything, and there's in national law, I cannot copy somebody else's work inside Iran, but I can copy somebody from outside, and there's no laws yet.
Wow, yeah, I think China looks at things the same way because they're copying everything, and it's like no, don't buy these Nikes, buy these Mikeys. But it's the same swoop, you know.
We have fake iPhones that you can't even tell they're fake, and they come from China. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we did Prohibition in the 20s, it's not like alcohol wasn't available. It was just more expensive, like you said.
Same here. It's just more expensive. Something is very funny. Iran is the third largest Bitcoin farm in the world. That we have the largest Bitcoin farm. We are third in the world.
Wow, is that right?
Yeah. Chinese people, they come here because the electricity cost here 0.015 cents. And I mean, very cheap. It's very, very cheap. So everybody that wants a farm, it's like less than 15 cents. I mean, 10th of a 15 cents.
I'm learning so much. If there's anybody in the chat that has any questions for Filip.
I'm just so quiet because I'm taking all this in. This is not what I expected.
Well, you know what? Let's say if you want to even come as a tourist, you have to go to our. We don't have an embassy, but we have our embassies in the Pakistan embassy in Washington D.C. So if you want to ever come as a tourist, you go there, you get your visa, they tell you the rules, and they ask you what you want to do here, and then you can come here, and I can guarantee that nothing will happen to you, unless if you are Unless if you're an ex-military or an ex-FBI or CIA, you better not come here. But if you're just a normal filmmaker, you can come here and enjoy your time, and the money is very cheap. Like with $1,000, you can be in the best 5-star hotel, everything you want, because our money, unfortunately, our inflation is 30%. That's a lot.
Oh, man. Now, I honestly, I did some research before I sent you that letter with the eyeballs in them. Mm-hmm. And I saw so many restrictions, like, you know, don't do this, don't offend this, you know, like it can't, if it had anything in there that was offensive. I mean, was the envelope unopened when you got it?
Yes, it was unopened.
Okay.
They're not going to open.
Even with the American flag on it, it was like, okay.
Yeah. No, Iranians are actually very strict about, your personal, freedom or what you call it. Absolutely. It's, the laws are basically the same. They cannot listen to your phone calls. They cannot film you without your permission. Well, what you hear in the United States, what I heard when I was in Salt Lake City, it's I was shocked to see it. It's absolutely not like that. I mean, whoops. It's absolutely. I'm sorry. It's absolutely
really interesting
like
just to see like the propaganda that we're fed growing up, like against each other. Like our governments make us like see things so differently than what it really seems to be.
Yeah, we're kind of brought up to. Yeah.
The thing is like, okay, we still have what is very, to the new world, we still hang people, but we hang if somebody kills somebody. So we still live based on eye for an eye. But I mean, I have to tell you, so if I kill somebody, if the family forgive me, I only go to the jail. They don't hang me. So there is a forgiveness there too,
Huh. Interesting.
Is your murder rate pretty slow due to that? Is it a smaller murder rate there?
It's very, I mean, Iran is probably one of the safest countries in the world because, again, we don't have guns. So everybody just have a knife, and you can't even carry a knife in the car. I mean, if a knife is just bigger than, I don't know, a couple inch, it's a crime. And they're very serious about it. So, yeah, the crime is very low. I mean, we do have, our problem is unemployment is very high. Basically, our problem is our relationship with the world.
Now I heard that, and I apologize to France, but I heard French people don't like Americans particularly. I think that's just because as tourists, we're a bunch of assholes usually.
I read that myself.
But do you think Iran hates Americans more than France?
No, I don't.
Really?
Think so.
Okay.
Here the thing is, we have to separate the politics from the people.
Yes.
People love America. People love America. I mean, you know what? Iran has the highest Instagram user. Iran has the highest Facebook user. So we love everything that is American. It's just the politics that they cannot reach as an agreement on.
It's always the politicians screwing things up everywhere, isn't it?
Yep.
And you know what? And Ken, and there's a reason, because Iran is the border of the Asia and the Europe. I mean, imagine if you look at the map, Iran is right in the middle. So it's a country that's always been war between the Asia and the Europe, and the European want Iran, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Russian, everybody wants Iran. So everybody fights from Iran, and we have oil. They want the oil. They want it for cheap. So that's the problem. And who suffers? It's us regular people. That's we suffer.
Yeah. Somebody asked a really good question in the chat. Do you have chain restaurants there? Like, do you have Taco Bell or Outback or anything like that?
Yeah. Is there McDonald's on every corner?
We have fake. We are not allowed to name it McDonald's. They name it like McDonald. Like they changed the D to B.
It's like the movie Coming to America. What did they have? McDowell's?
Yeah. McDougal's or something. Yeah.
So we don't have KFC. We have like fried chicken. I mean, we don't have like, it doesn't called Starbucks. It called something else, but it's a copy of Starbucks. The only thing that I've seen there is in Iran, and the guy claims it's Five Guys burgers. I don't know. Do you have it where you are?
Yeah. Five Guys?
We have Five Guys. Yeah, and the guy claims that he actually got the permit. We don't know how, but he claims that he has the permit. And we have Five Guys burger.
Well, look, if I want video of you going to Five Guys. Send that to me, would you?
For sure.
Okay.
But you know what, Ken? I miss steak. We don't have American steak here. Like they don't know how to cook steak like America do, or like especially in Texas. We don't have those good steak. Yes. We have kebabs, but we don't have steak. Another thing that I missed, street tacos. I miss street tacos because there's no Mexican in Iran.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, and everything, street anything tastes better. There's these Philly pretzels that they sell on the street, the soft pretzels in Philadelphia I miss. There's just something about the septibus fumes that get soaked into the pretzel that... Anyway, Filip, I know it's early in the morning. Did you stay up late or did you get any sleep?
No. I set my clock to wake up at 4 so I can see your show and the news.
Okay.
And you know how you remember first when I saw your show, I didn't get your jokes, and I sent you a message. I'm like, Ken, your show is perfect, but I don't get your jokes. Why are you guys laughing? And you're like, well, sorry, it's an American humor, And then from that point on, I start following you.
Oh, okay. Do you think my humor's lost on other nations? That's not necessarily.
It is. I mean, yeah, your jokes is completely different. I mean, than our joke. when I came to United States and I was there for 5 years, my ex-wife, she's from Brazil, but lived in Salt Lake City forever. She took me to a comedy club. Everybody was laughing except me, and I'm like, I'm not getting those jokes. I'm not getting those Mormon jokes anyway. Like Mormon jokes, I didn't get any of jokes. So it's if I tell you a joke in Farsi, you're like, and if you tell me in American, you're like, I mean, I'm used to it now because I lived there for about 14 years in Salt Lake City, and I didn't become Mormon. So
yeah, you're not Muslim. You're right or.
Well, yeah, I am Muslim. When you're in Iran, when you're marrying an Iranian woman, you have to become a Muslim.
Oh, okay.
But in Iran, to become a Muslim is you just have to accept the Islam as your faith. That's it. I mean, if you say right now, I accept Islam as my faith, you're a Muslim.
Oh, well, that's the easiest thing of all. Now,
yeah, it's just basically as acceptance. You just have to accept Islam as your faith.
Well, let's rewind. I would like to hear a joke in Farsi. Would you tell us a joke in Farsi? It can be a dirty joke because we won't know.
No. Well, I mean, again, it won't make sense to you, but in Iran, in northern Iran, the people are very laid back. They are, it's very green. It's raining all the time. So we call them like very easygoing people and very kind of dumb. They're not dumb, but we call them dumb.
Right.
So one guy from the northern says, I want to sell my car. And the guy is like, well, just take the miles and then put it to 0. The guy's like, oh, that's a good idea. So the guy, take his cars and then returns, reverse his miles to 0. And then the guy's I'm like, so did you sell your car? He's like, no, since it's a new car, I'm keeping it myself.
That's actually very good. Yeah.
But if you say it, the accent, we have over 400 or 500 accents in Iran, like different dialect. And if you're saying all those dialects, it makes sense,
So they can tell.
They
can tell that you're not from whatever region. They like you. Do you have an American Farsi accent?
No, it's getting better. But I have so everybody speaks Farsi, but each place has its own dialect because we are not all of them. We are Turks, we are Azerbaijanis, we are Arabs. Like if you go to southern Iran, it's all hot. It's hot and sand and camel, and it's beautiful. Like if you have a time, check out the island of Kish. It's called Kish, Kish. I mean, you won't believe it. In the northern, we have green. It's always green. It's a rice field. It's always raining. And then actually Tehran, where I am in capital, it exactly looks like Salt Lake City. I mean, you should, when you have a time, put Salt Lake City, put Tehran, it looks exactly the same. The difference is that Tehran is 8 million people. Salt Lake City is like, 1 million people.
Awesome.
But we have skiing here. Like I used to work at a ski resort. I used to design snowboarding areas, snowboarding jumps. So we have.
Is it real snow?
Real snow? Oh yeah, we get lots of snow here in winter. I mean, up in the mountain, we get lots of snow. We, matter of fact, have an active volcano called Damavand. And every time you go up there, you cannot go to the peak because there's fumes of gases coming out. So I'm trying to, hopefully I can go and film it one day.
You should do what this last guest just did and fly a drone right into it.
It's actually just fumes. It's gas comes out. There's no lava. There's no visible lava.
Okay.
It's called Mount Damavand,
Yeah.
So here's a question for you. Since you have a ski resort there, you were in Utah. I'm in Colorado, and you probably know you can't fly drones at a ski resort. Can you at your ski resorts?
So here it is. If you go to in the private areas or private resorts, if the owners allow you to do it, you can fly as long as it's in their rules and you don't hit anything or anybody. You can fly. Yes.
Well, then I will have to come visit you with the Skydio too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, I used to work for Park City Mountain Resort, so just a part time to get the tickets, because it was like $1,000 season pass.
So
I'm quite aware.
When you eventually move back to the United States, where are you planning on living?
Well, it's based on my wife. She's going to become a lawyer and she's getting the PhD. She wants to be in New York, but she doesn't know how much it costs to live in New York. I'm an ocean guy. I love Florida.
Yes, and you know what? I was going to say Florida because if she's a lawyer, there's plenty of F-ups in Florida just doing all kinds of law breaking. So go down there. You hear about
each
it all
other's
the time.
faces on the side of the road.
Yeah, Florida man does something dumb. Call,
Yeah. We're not going to Salt Lake City. In Salt Lake City, I always say Utah is its own country. I mean, people don't. Utah is the mecca of the Christians. I mean, I don't know. Do you know laws of Salt Lake City? Like, do you know, like on Sundays you cannot buy alcohol in Salt Lake?
Yeah.
Club is at 1. It's
very
pretty
Mormon.
much like in Iran.
Yeah. It's very religious there. Yep. But Filip, thank you so much for being on with us. And please do continue to send videos when you can, and I'll share them on the show. Before we let you go, would you, in Farsi, say hello to our maybe other two people?
You have Iranian followers.
Yes, for sure by now. Yeah, go ahead. Talk to them.
دوستان خیلی ممنون که با من بودین. امیدوارم که اگه ایران هستید همدیگه رو ببینیم. هر سوالی چیز دارید از من بپرسید. شبتون بخیر یا روزتون بخیر.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you for setting your alarm for being on with us.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Man, Ken, that was really interesting.
Wasn't it? I could have talked to him for another 3 hours.
He's like such a nice guy, too.
Yeah. Really an eye-opener as far as, what did you know about Iran before?
Not much. I just think terrorist. And that's a horrible way to think, because it's not the right way to think.
No, it's not. We're all just people.
Yeah.
Except for the damn politicians.
Oh, they mess it up. They're messing it all up.
They do.
Everywhere.
All right.
But that's another story.
Let's switch gears, and I'm going to share some viewer videos with you. But first, here is Sean with another joke.
What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter?
What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter?
An irrelevant.
That's pretty good. That's a good one. I like that one.
Right.
That was pretty good. All right. So let's start off with one from Tom Pepin. Tom Pepin says, "Hey, Ken, I chased 2 deer through a field behind my house. Been filming birds since I got into drones, but the deer was a first. I'm proud of this one. And I used my Mavic Pro 2. I don't think I'd use the FPV. Too much power. Plus, I can still control the MP2 steadier." This is from Tom Pepin. He's chasing some deer. Oh, there they are. What's that? I don't know. Should we run? Yeah, let's run. Let's get out of here. No, hold on. I didn't see it. Give me a second. I want to check this thing out. Did we run far enough? I don't think we ran far enough. Oh, there it is again. What do we do? Stare at it? No, let's get the hell out of here.
You see those whitetails is boinging.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Tom Pepin, for sending that in. I didn't get a lot of videos this week.
No.
It's
interesting because one of my clients is a park ranger, and he told me that the reason that they started making drones not flyable in national parks was actually due to people coming in and using them to herd and find animals for hunting. Don't know how true it is, but that's from the words
it's
right
true.
out of a park ranger's mouth.
When I first started doing drones, I'm in Tennessee. I'm in very rural Tennessee. So there's a lot of hunting here. I had a lot of hunters come up and say, are there any really quiet drones? Why?
Well,
what do you want to do with
back,
it?
Ken.
Yeah. But
That
look,
brings me back. I can remember with the early Phantom days, you just go to like a little park because you couldn't fly them very far away.
Right.
And you'd have all these guys come up. It'd be the guys with their kids, and they'd come up to you, and they're looking at the drone and seeing what you can see, and like, can you spy on your neighbors on that?
Right. Does that have X-ray
really,
vision?
That's where your mind goes.
Yeah. Can you see through clothes? I got to figure out a way to use this for porn.
Right.
But
someone has done that. I've seen that video.
Oh yes, I forgot to share this one news story that Jeff didn't do. But apparently there was this. Forget what it was. It was a politician. Somebody sent a drone with a ding dong on it, and that wasn't the first time it happened. The first time it happened was shield the kid's eyes. I pixelated it, but there it is. There's this happened in Russia. Somebody sent the old dong drone. The old dong drone. Now look, I haven't gotten a lot of videos sent to me. If you want to send one, please do. We have to refill the coffers. Ken Heron Upload at gmail.com. This is for next week if you want to send me your drone footage. It doesn't have to be spectacular. Just has to be cool and neato. Remember, include your music source so that YouTube doesn't get its panties in a wad. And if you want to copyright-free selection...
I need to do. I need to send you some footage one of these days.
Yes, please do. And remember, you can use Epidemic Sound, free trial link in the description, no copyright strikes. It is good for 30 days, free, so you can download all the stuff you want and use it, and it's retroactive, and they will not punish you. And remember, Sean, I don't know if you know this, but if it's not Epidemic, it's crap! That's
and I will actually stand behind you 200% on that. If somebody hasn't used it and you have a link for them to try it, I would go through Ken's link and give it a try. I just recently switched to Epidemic, and it's really changed the way I can edit videos and brought in so many new sounds and types of music compared to the YouTube library.
Yeah, and it's easier to get through and quicker, too. And they have almost 100,000 sound effects, too. So
yeah, it's been a huge difference in my video making.
Good. Excellent. So now, let's check out this girl, Tammy Jean. That's just a cool name. This is from Max.
I'm getting all close to the screen, ready to see what's about to happen.
Oh, we're about to see what's going to happen. This is from Max. He says, "Hey Ken, it's your favorite acro FPV pilot, Max. My girlfriend, Tammy Jean." That's just a southern sounding name. She just got into FPV with the DJI FPV drone. It's crap, but the music is not. She's a newbie and is killing it. She got a beautiful view of the Hudson River and West Point Military Academy once I got above the trees. Acro flight soon. Awesome show. Thanks, Max. So here we go. Let's check out Tammy Jean flying the DJI FPV quad.
So are you like me, Ken? When you watch the DJI FPV drone shots like this, do you try to figure out if they're using it in acro or just normal?
Yes, and I think she's using it in just normal here, but I tease. I say it's a BOS, but it's actually a really good learner acro drone. Expensive as hell and fragile. It's made of glass, but
yeah,
it's good to learn.
I do like that. If you don't have goggles already, it's a great way to get the digital goggles.
True. Yeah. The V2s come with it. So. So that's the Hudson River. And there she is. Awesome. Very good, Tammy Jean!
I love seeing how FPV is starting to just really blow up lately.
Yeah, more and more people are getting into it. And, back when I first started drones, it was my girlfriend, Sarah, who bought me my first drone. And Sarah is long gone, but I still have the drone over here. I wish she did not care about drones at all. I think anybody who can get their girlfriend or their wife or any female type person to get into drones. We need more estrogen in the drone world. Let me go over some super chats real quick. KH Drones UK with a 10-pounder. He says, I will be sending you a few videos from around the Scottish Highlands when I get back home. Get a pigeon tattoo. I should get a pigeon tattoo.
That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. And thank you very much, KH Drones UK. We've been super shatted again from Philip, $5. Thank you very much, Philip, co-shat, for a can of Raid. And Little Sharp Bow Sharp with a Canadian $5. If only this happened last week. I'm not sure what he's referring to because he did that a while ago, but thank you. And I will tell you, Jordan, which is his name, I sent you your shirt. I mailed it today, so you should be getting it soon. TMC 3D with a $20 super chat. As the train goes by my house, I know you can hear it. Thanks, fellas, for a great show, he says. Can you hear the train?
I cannot.
When I break the gate of my microphone, you can hear it going by. It's like 2 blocks that way. I told him, I said, look, I'm trying to do a show here. You with your train horn. All right. So, about a year ago.
You got another super chat there.
Oh, yeah. That's from Brad Berry. Thank you very much, Brad. Was at an airplane and that news story on the beach.
He's talking about earlier, the guy who was throwing a hissy fit and saying all the flip-de-doos and floppies.
Yeah, the radio station, the froggy guys on the Wacky Morning Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a foamy. That was just a foamy fixed wing. No big deal. But it almost killed that guy.
Oh my gosh, that guy was really, really annoying.
He's a spaz. Little Sharp Bow Shark. Thanks, man, for Canadian $5. I was talking about the bee run. Oh, yes, when the wasp was in here. Yeah, that's that'll be fun to see again. Forgot I did that. All right, Sean.
They're just coming in now. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll read the rest of them, unless this is the beginning. It could be. Now, this happens from time to time, Sean.
Oh, it's like a snowball effect.
This happens from time to time. Let me see. Got to get the music. This could be a super chat train.
Oh.
If it is,
that's awesome.
That's fine with me. All right. Let's see if everybody wants to hop on the super chat train and help a brother out with his YouTubery. Anthony Rollett with a $5. Thanks for an awesome show. He says, Anthony Rollett. That's a good name if you live in Colorado, right? Because everybody out there is rolling it.
Just like that, man.
Rob Agnew, $5. Drone Rob. He's the guy who watches this show and listens to my radio show. If one of the moderators can put my radio show streaming link in the description, that would be awesome. Yes, time for the train. Newfoundland Drones, Canadian $5. Awesome. How's Kelly's tennis match? Yeah, Kelly couldn't be on the show tonight because he's playing tennis.
Oh, so, boom, is it $19.99?
Yep. WHM3 with a $2. All aboard, he says. Jay Young, $5 for the train. And Zeb Meat, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. $20. Hal Phillip as a co-host sometime. Ooh, an Iranian co-host? That'd be cool. Yeah, he was great.
Cool.
He was great.
He was. He was very important.
Thank you, Zeb Meat. Mr. FPV, $5. True. Felipe was excellent. He really was. What a great guest and very informational. And ladies and gentlemen, Gary H with $15 super chat. The train has started. All right, is that it?
Love that.
That's the $50. That's a good caboose. That's a good size caboose. Awesome. Thank you very much, everybody. And Jenna C. Choo choo, let's roll. FPV girls rule. Well, I guess we got to continue with it. It looks like it's going to keep going. Jenna C.
Oh my gosh, look at it go.
Who is not from Tennessee. She's from New York. Her and her girlfriends are going to come visit me in Nashville soon. We're all going to hang out.
You know what this reminds me of, Ken?
Just me and a bunch of ladies. You know how that goes, Sean. You know, I mean, you look like you have the same trouble where you're just a chick magnet, you know, and you just got to brush them off sometimes. They get too many. They pile up. You know what I mean?
This reminds me of the snake game. You know, you play the snake game and the tail just gets longer and longer as these super chats keep rolling. It's almost like the snake, and we're seeing how long we can get that snake to go.
Hey, call it what you want. I'll go for as long as you like. I really appreciate this. This really helps the channel. Adam Litvin, my buddy Adam. You've seen him in a bunch of videos. $5. All aboard, Ken. I hope you get the clip button soon so I can clip things like the Wasp flight. Oh, the applaud button? You know, like some channels have that applaud button?
I don't have that one either.
Yeah.
I've seen channels, very small numbers have that already.
Yeah, Kelly Green has it. Kelly Green has the applaud button in his channel. I'm not butthurt about it or anything, but that I actually called YouTube, my YouTube rep. I have a rep.
Yes.
And
that happens once you get over 150 or 100,000 subscribers there, right?
I think so, yes. But I was able to find out that it's in beta testing, and they're giving it out randomly. So it's not like they're not giving it to people they like the most. Because otherwise I'd have one, right? I mean. Mappers 2 with the $2. Thank you. Awesome. Choo choo, he says. And we're this is a long train.
Now, this is funny. Sterling gave you a $4.99 super chat.
Well,
I don't know if he's referring to you or me because
don't get ahead. I don't want to skip anybody. Video 80634 with the $10. Here's lunch on me. Thank you. I don't know if that's the first super chat from Video 80634, but thank you so much for participating and for watching. Casey Steck with $5, and the Grumpy Vlogger's on. $5. Have a great Grumpy Day. Is today Grumpy Day? It doesn't feel like it's Grumpy. Well, every day is Grumpy Day, isn't it? And Eric Swanson, $5. Great showing guests again, Ken. Thumbs up for Sean. There you go, Sean, for you. Jeff Sills and Filip. Adam J with a $5. Adding on to the train, bring by Filip soon. Great show. Sterling Youngman. Is this the one you were talking about?
the hot tub one.
Yeah. When are you guys going to do a hot tub show?
With buying my house, I was actually just talking. I don't remember if I posted it or not. So this could be towards you, but I was thinking of putting a hot tub outside by the deck because, you know, I got the mountains and the snow here.
Right.
Come snowboarding and do my live show from a hot tub.
That's a great idea. I think that's to you because I'm 54. Nobody wants to see this in a hot tub. They barely want to see this in clothing. Philip Koshat with another super chat. Thank you so much, Philip. $3 from him. And oh, that was a super sticker, man.
Stickers, I like stickers. Yes, I do.
I do. And Brian Bush rounding out right for now with $5. Thank you so much. Great show, he says. And one more, Bart Bronner, $10. Thank you so much. Awesome show, dude, from Louisville, Kentucky. I got to come back to Louisville and film one day soon. I almost live there. Yeah.
I want to start traveling more. After listening to him talk, I really want to start traveling more.
Yeah, Filip?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so much just in the States left to see, not alone like going somewhere else, like other countries.
Right. I'm going to, I've been talking about this forever. I'm going to go down Route 66 with my RX-8 as soon as it's fixed. It's been in the shop for 3 months now.
No way.
But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw caution to the wind and say, well, let's hope this rotary makes it the whole way. I bought a brand new engine for that, and it blew up. But they're going to fix it. But anyway, again, not bitter.
I'm going to go to Vegas in August, and then I'm going to also try to come out to your events in August. I'm still working out the details.
Oh, right. Minefield. Yeah, I hope people can make it. I'm going to make a promotional video about this soon, but just to let you guys know, Minefield, the second annual, we're going to do it again this year, and hopefully a lot more people will come.
How many did you have last year?
Oh, maybe 40.
Oh, gosh. So we're going to try to double it?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's welcome. Anybody that has a flying anything, fixed wing, doesn't matter, FPV, whatever. You can come on out and fly, and it's a wonderful place. It's the largest metal sculpture in Tennessee, and he actually built some more stuff for us to fly around. It's a perfect freestyle FPV heaven, and it's just a great place to meet up.
I've been doing a little research. That's what, about an hour from the airport? From what, Nashville?
From Memphis?
Is that correct?
Memphis would be the closest airport. Yeah, it's about an hour. But yes, August 21st, Saturday, August 21st. Starting around 9 a.m. And
so we should get there the day before.
Yeah. And I've already arranged with Mother Nature that the weather's going to be perfect. So don't worry about that. Perfect.
I'm actually hoping to build a new FPV before I come. So I'm
Okay.
not bringing just the DJI one because my options are that, which I'm not about to fly it through that stuff.
Well, yeah,
It'd be in pieces.
it is a prop breaker. It is a prop breaker. What do you got?
I'm looking for it now. I have this. I have this little guy. This is what I've been practicing with, Ken.
Yes,
It's
Mudball, you can bring a
Beta
fixed wing.
FPV. Have you seen these?
What is that? Is that a 95?
This is the 95X V3.
Yeah, 95X. Yeah, that's good. That's a V3. I think I have a V2, but that's nice.
And right by my work, they've torn down what used to be an office max, and they're building some new store in it. So they've torn the walls out and it's open, and now they're starting to frame the inside. So when they quit, I run outside right at 8 o'clock because it's still light out, and I'll throw the goggles on. I'm flying all through the little beams and stuff with this little guy. I've had to jump the fence a few times now.
Do you have one of those naked GoPros on it?
I have, if I could find it, I have the this one.
The Beta FPV one?
I have the SMO 4K.
Yeah.
And I haven't put this on it yet because I want to practice more with the drone first.
That's very smart because I had that same camera and I landed wrong and I scuffed the lens and I actually called Beta FPV and there's no replacement. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't replace the lens and that's a shame.
They could have made it like how the Osmo Action screws off or something.
You'd think they would, but they did not. Anyway,
hang on, then I've got a few other FPV ones. I have this guy here, which I think you might have one of these, the 360 one. Have you seen this guy?
Yes. You know what? Let me go get mine, okay? The show is yours for a couple seconds because I want to show you what I did to it. Go ahead.
We'll talk about
I'll be
this
right
one.
back.
So for those who don't know, this actually has the Insta360 1R camera. It's a modular camera that comes apart in pieces. You can make it a regular GoPro style camera or a 360 camera. I wasn't really fond of that camera by itself. I actually didn't like the modular setup for my use. So I decided, why not permanently put this thing in here, because it is not easy to put in and out. So once you put it in, it's pretty much in there unless you unscrew the drone to take it out.
Yeah, it's a pain.
Yeah, and so I've been practicing with this. I do have Ed Ricker came out here and helped me set it up. I do have a couple of lens protectors, but if it's a sunny day, those cause such a glare on the footage.
Let me show you this, okay? My buddy Skyfox, he did this for me. I was going to do a review of this, but it took so long to get it together because we switched out the analog. I put a Caddx in here. So it's digital. But you tell me, you name this tune, okay? And watch the front. Watch the front of this. This is pretty awesome. All right, name this tune. The lights will be a hint.
I can barely hear it, kid.
You can hear that?
Barely.
Anyway, it's the theme to Knight Rider. And you can see
giving it away all on its own.
Yeah, it's kind of a.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you got that installed, so when you turn it on, it does the Knight Rider thing with the lights. I love how you get lights all over your stuff. That was one of the things I loved watching your FPV when we were all in Austin, and you had the green lights all over it at night. That was so cool.
Yeah, I totally ripped those lights off in the last crash.
You got to put them back on because watching you go up and like dive the building with the lights on was so much fun.
Well, this is the X-Knight frame, so I call it the X-Knight Rider. Get it? The X-Knight
Excellent.
Rider. Yeah. Anyway,
Did you see what I did there?
What was that?
Excellent.
Yeah, I see what you did. All right. So, Sean, about a year ago, Media Mike, you've seen him in the chat. Media Mike sent me a video of his pool, and it looked like an eyeball.
Oh, cool.
From because it had leaves in the middle. Anyway, you'll see it. But he sent this to me. He says, "Hey Ken, last summer you shared my video of my pool looking like an eyeball. Unfortunately, my pool didn't make it to summer this year. This is a video of the aftermath. All music is epidemic, aka not crap. So check out this video he's calling In and Out of the Eyeball from Media Mike. So this is what it used to look like. See, it looks like an eyeball.
Oh yeah.
But something happened.
Pool.
Lovely, right?
Yeah, it's much nicer. I'd swim in that.
Yeah. But something.
I don't think I'd swim in the eyeball though.
Something happened, Sean. Something happened. He doesn't say what happened. What? A tornado?
Oh.
A herd of buffalo? A fat guy doing a cannonball? We don't know what happened.
Someone might have farted.
Somebody probably farted in that pool. We don't know what happened, but the pool is no more.
That sucks.
That does suck. I'm very sorry, Media Mike, that happened. Whatever happened.
That would have been cool to see on slow motion if it did explode or fall apart to catch
Oh
all
yeah. I would love to be in a pool when they decide to empty it like that and just kind of ride down your yard.
Yeah.
But thank you for sending that in, Media Mike.
Like a grown-up slip and slide.
Yeah. The eyeball is no more. All right. How far away is Colorado from Oregon?
Pretty far.
It's pretty
like
far.
20-something hour drive.
Is it that far?
Yeah, it's pretty far.
Okay. Well, this is from Joe Blaylock. He says, "Hey Ken, here is a nice spot I like to fly on the Pacific Ocean just south of Cannon Beach, Oregon."
Nice.
It's not Oregon, it's Oregon, right?
Yeah, just Oregon.
Yeah, it's Oregon. Yeah, that's what I thought. So here you go. This is just some beautiful stuff on an Oregon beach. And there's
I've got
Joe.
a buddy who lives in Oregon, and he always shows me pictures of that rock that was in the Goonies.
Oh, well.
You remember the Goonies?
I do. He's about to show us a rock. Maybe this is the
is
same
it?
rock. I don't know. Was there a rock in Goonies?
Oh, yeah.
Could it be one of these?
I think it could be.
Is
It
that
very well
the
could be.
Goonie rock?
I don't think so. I think the Goonie rock is bigger.
Jockey cap.
I bet you somebody in the chat knows for sure, though, because I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
No? I don't know.
I mean,
But that's really cool, though.
that is really cool, and that's brave to fly that low over ocean.
Yeah, I know Joe. I've seen Joe before. Joe's
Yeah.
a good guy.
He is a good guy. You think anybody ever boats out there and then climbs on that thing? I bet they do.
People swim over there and climb on it.
Yeah, and then they jump off.
I don't know about that because depending on how it goes in the water, you might just land on rock.
Yeah, you don't want to land on rock. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to Uncle Ken.
Haystack Rock. That's the one. Dave got it in the chat. That's the one. That's the one in the Goonies.
Haystack Rock. I want to see. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll share this. Here you go. There. Yeah. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Haystack
that's a big rock.
That's a totally different looking rock. That's a big ass rock right there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's
Look
a lot
at the
of
people
rock.
size on this. They're like little ants.
That's a lot of rock. Almost as much rock as 98.3 rock. WGLI. Paducah.
You know what I got?
What's that?
I got a letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
I wonder who it's from. Let's find out who it's from.
Oh, that brings me back to when my kid was a kid.
I bet. So this is from Captain Ray Kelly. Captain Ray
nice.
Kelly sent me an actual letter. You can do the same thing. You can send it here. Ken Heron, P.O. Box 1281, Huntington, Tennessee, 38344. Please don't send candy. I used to get, what are you talking about, you whack-a-mole? I used to get candy from people from other lands, and it was fun. Like, here's some candy from Thailand. Boy, that gave me a lot of gas. Anyway, so Captain Ray Kelly sent me some stickers. Fly for Fun show. Captain Ray Kelly and Johnny Drone Flyer.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
So speaking of stickers, there's something I do on my show.
I like stickers.
I typically.
Okay. Yes.
Did you write that song by chance?
No, man.
It would be amazing if you did. I don't know if that's okay for you, but I give away stickers on my show. Maybe somebody in your chat, if you're cool with it, I can hold up a sticker and they can compete to win it.
Pick me! Let's do the pick me thing. Sean's gonna give away some stickers. All right, time to win, everybody. I hope these are scratch and sniff stickers. Are they scratch and sniff?
Since this is a drone-related show,
Yeah.
Let's keep the stickers more drone related, because I could do stuff that's just like skulls and things like that.
Right.
But this skull is actually got the DJI Mavic Pro to the exact scale of the original props from the original DJI Mavic
Okay.
Pro.
All right. Well, pick somebody to win, man. Look at that chat. Look at the chat going by. You got to pick somebody.
Well, that's hard. Let's see. Do it just randomly? That's different though.
Just-
Usually I choose a number and everybody does it, but this is great. So you just randomly.
This is my show. We do it my way.
Wow, they're just going so fast.
I know. Hey, how many stickers you got? Can you pick 2?
Yeah, I can do 2. Let's do 2. That'd be easy. We'll do one black, gray, and one color.
All right.
I just saw one. Let's do Mr. FPV.
All right.
I saw Mr. FPV. How about him?
All right.
And we'll do Brad Alston.
All right, there you go, Mr.
Just
FPV
jump
and
by.
Brad Olson. You can stop saying "pick me," and who should they contact? What's your?
I'll throw my email address in the chat here.
All right.
And they can just send me their address, and I will put it in an envelope and send it out.
Very good. Oh my goodness!
I got mail! Yay! I got mail! Yay!
Okay.
You've got mail.
I got mail.
Oh gosh, I haven't heard that in a long
Yay!
time. You got
Yeah.
mail, the AOL.
Yeah. All right. So I got another letter here, and this is from John Taylor. Let's see what John sent. John sent. Oh my goodness, he sent money. Sean, he sent money.
What?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you knew this, Sean, but people send me money, like actual real money, and I have a bank here from money from other lands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so-
cool. Like a collection.
Yeah, I have a collection of. What the hell is it? Oh, there. Yeah, okay. So
I've recently started a collection of money, but mine's all USA money.
Look at that.
That's really
money
cool.
from all
I
over
like that
all over the
idea.
world, and my favorite so far is what is it? $100 trillion from the Bank of Zimbabwe. This is real. That's a real bill. $100 trillion from the Bank of Zimbabwe.
Is it hard? It looks like it's stiff. Is it hard?
It's not, but you rub it and it becomes so. But here it is. Yeah, you fell right into that one, buddy. So here you go. Here it is. Look at that. That's nice, right?
Yeah,
It's a little protective
shiny.
case. So, but the one
It
that
really makes you see how boring our money is when you see other countries' money.
You know what? That's true. But our money spends better most of the time, doesn't it? All right. So this is from your buddy John Taylor, he says, and this is, is this real? This is, let me show you this. He sent the Central Reserve Bank of China. Oh, it's 500 yen. I think this is my first Chinese banknote. If it's real, is it real? I think it looks, yep, smells like China. Look at that.
That's pretty dope,
And
man.
it's got, I think maybe somebody important from China on there. I don't recognize him.
It looks like a brand new bill. It's not even crunchy.
Yeah. I'll try to put this in the snack machine. See what happens. He says, Ken, congratulations on your 200 plus shows. I've learned so much from you over the years and have enjoyed your shows. Also, thanks for the contest win on the Loom Cube Panel Mini 1. Congratulations. And I'm waiting for the Freewell filters. I know it takes time to receive from China. Yes. Yes. It's, that slow boat from China. That's where they deliver them on. Thought you might enjoy an old bill from China from 1943. My father-in-law served as a merchant marine boiler fireman on supply ships serving in the Pacific Ocean in World War II. Wow. He spent some time in China at the close of the war, and he brought home a stack of these bills. It's worth about $25 on the collector market. Your buddy, John Taylor. How about that?
That's really cool.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for stealing money from your father-in-law to give to me. That's nice.
Wonderful. Speaking of how long it takes to get things from China,
yeah,
you remember Ken Dono, Original Dobo, just came out. It's been a couple months now, I guess, and we made a bunch of videos. Prior, I'd say about 3 weeks before him coming, I placed an order on Amazon, and I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't get one that was Prime, and it turned out it was coming straight from China, and it just came in 2 days ago. It was this little FPV like thing, you put around your eyes there, with padding.
Oh.
And it literally took more than 2 months to get here, and now I don't actually even like it.
Well, hey, look, you saved $1 on it, and that's really worth it, isn't it?
Of course.
All right. So one more video, and then the viewer video of the week, and then we got to get on out of here. It's getting late. Oh, wait a minute. You know what we need to do?
What's that?
Now, since you never watched the show, you don't know what the hell this is going to be. So just roll with it, okay? But
all right.
We have to step into the Raz chamber.
Oh, no. I have seen the Raz chamber.
No, you haven't. You don't know what the hell we're talking about.
It's a quiet time. You talk all
Ladies and
soft
gentlemen,
during it.
this is Sean's first time in the Raz chamber. It is a quiet place. It's a wonderful place to be. It's like the 7th inning stretch of the show, where we just kind of take a moment and reflect and let the purple and blue goo permeate our being and get between the toes and up in the naughty places. But there's one rule, Sean, one rule only here in the Raz chamber. Do you know what that rule is?
Don't blow gas.
Do not fart in the Raz. Sit back and enjoy. TMC 3D, you dirty, dirty bird. TMC 3D, shame on you. Shame. You saw the sign, no farting in the Raz, and what did you do? Man, such disrespect.
That is one thing I've actually caught on the show before. Because, I'm usually, you do that late in the show, right? Yeah. So I'll usually, by 8 o'clock, I'm closing shop, and if you're still on, I'll try to jump in. So I have caught that once or twice.
Look, I don't blame you for not watching the whole 7 hours of the stream.
No,
seriously. Let me know in the chat. I don't know how many people watch the entire thing, but let me know if you watch the entire thing. And let me know if you're in Europe where it's like freaking 2 or 3 a.m. and you're watching the whole damn thing. Now that is a compliment, and I appreciate it. All right. Just very quickly here, one more video, and then the viewer video of the week. Sean, have you ever flown a drone in St. Louis?
I've never been to St. Louis.
You never been?
No, should I put it on my checklist for traveling?
Yeah. What's your baseball team?
I don't watch sports.
Me neither. But St. Louis is building a new stadium. And Brad Henderson filmed it. He says, "Hey Ken, the video was filmed on Sunday, May 30th in downtown St. Louis, showing off the construction progress being made on the new MLS stadium for St. Louis, scheduled to open ahead of the 2023 season. It was filmed with a DJI Air 2S. Enjoy." Okay. Stand by. Something happened? Where is it? Freaking Wirecast.
I gotta say real quick, Ken, I'm a little flattered right now. These guys are like saying this is like the best show you've ever had.
Yeah, until then. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking FPV, maybe?
Oh, you would love that.
Yeah. But you have to go on a day when there's no workers there.
Yeah. Well, just go after 3 o'clock. They all stop by that time anyway.
Is that right? Okay. That looks like it's going to be a fun stadium. Oh, yeah, that's
a good shot.
That'd be a good place to FPV it up. Is that where my dog food comes from?
Purina Stadium? Is that why we keep seeing the Purina building?
I don't know. Maybe.
I wonder.
That'd be great if it was.
Nowadays, they always put these labels on the stadiums like Reliant Energy Stadium and stuff like that.
Yeah, I hope it is a Purina Stadium and they fill it up with kibble. Awesome. Thank you very much, Brad Henderson. Appreciate that. Now, the viewer video of the week is amazing. For those of you who have stuck around, it's totally worth it. And we're going to do it right after this word from RemotePilot101.com. RemotePilot101.com. Go there now. Jason Schappert. He is a aviation master. He's got 2
super
watches.
Nice guy, too.
He is a super nice guy, and he smells great. But that doesn't matter to you, man. You just want to learn all the stuff. He's got a video course that's really, really easy to learn. If you want to make money with your drone legally, then you need to go to remotepilot101.com. Use Heron18 for 30% off, and that's for life. Okay? You go there one time, you pay the one price, and then no matter what the FAA does, no matter what kind of sidewinders they throw, they will adjust their curriculum to it, and they guarantee that you will pass. Now, the initial test is a bitch. The initial test is hard. You still have to go to a PSI testing center. You still have to pay $160. And if you fail it, you got to pay another $160. That's how that works. So you don't want to fail it. So go to remotepilot101.com, use Heron18, and pass. And then you're on easy street, because then you can take the online course every 2 years, the renewal, and they won't let you fail. It's kind of dumb, but smarten up at remotepilot101.com. Right, Sean?
Definitely. And I love the fact that you have little Jason icons all in the chat right now.
Oh, yeah. Jason Schappert. He's our 2-watch guy. He knows everything about everything. Super smart guy, super nice. And it's easy to learn and fun to learn with those bleached teeth. Love you, mean it. remotepilot101.com. No, that's just natural. This is not bleached. Nothing fake about Jason Schappert. He's the real deal. There's one other thing I wanted to do, and I have to do, and I did. And now here's Sean with a joke.
I was just looking at my ceiling. I'm not sure if it's the best ceiling in the world, but it's definitely up there.
Oh.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
That was pretty bad. I failed.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. All the other ones were great. Couple things I want to mention about, and I forgot to mention this, about Minefield. If you're a band and you want to play out at Minefield, let me know. I would love to have some music out there, some performers. We can't pay you. So if you want to come out and play and you're good for free and you're not like, devil music or, whatever, just party rock or whatever, let me know. And also, I'm looking for a city to travel to, maybe this weekend, with my Inspire 2. I haven't had the Inspire 2 out in a while. So somewhere within 5 hours of me. If you're in a city, I want to film a city at night with the Inspire. So let me know if you would like a visit from your pal Ken, maybe this weekend. All right. But right now, it's time for the viewer video of the week, and it is, without a doubt, something you've never seen before, and it's really amazing. And I'm glad this person sent it in. And it's brought to you by freewellgear.com. Go to freewellgear.com. They've got all kinds of ND filters and widgety-whatsits and all kinds of things for your camera. Lenses, go check them out. They've been nice enough to sponsor the viewer video of the week for a very long time. And the winner of the viewer video of the week this week is... Peter Fritz. Peter Fritz.
Congrats, Peter.
He says, hey, Ken, here's a version of the video featured on my channel where my Air 2 sinks about 2 meters in the Goldburn River only to be accosted by a bloody lobster. That's right. Get ready for a lobster attack. It's from Peter Fritz, and it's the viewer video of the week. Enjoy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh!
Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Well, at least it landed upside, right side up here. Uh-oh, what's that?
You're kidding me.
It's some kind of monster.
No way!
I told you this was awesome.
Yeah,
so
here. This guy's gonna come check it out.
Yeah. And it's still filming underwater.
That's impressive.
Looks like a freaking monster gonna come kill us.
Look how white his claws are.
Oh, he looks scary, doesn't he?
It looks like some kind of monster.
Oh, he's looking right at us.
Oh, that's a cool shot.
Get out of here, buddy. Go away. No. No. No.
That's so funny.
He's eating my ear.
That was great. That was brilliant.
Wasn't that
It's just like
fantastic?
so curious. This thing just falls into his zone.
Yeah.
And he had to check it out.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, minding his own business, just doing lobster stuff. And then, what's this?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to have to go over and see what this is about.
My guess is he probably had a GoPro attached to that. There's no way that thing kept recording on a DJI type camera.
I was surprised too.
And it was really clear underwater. Like a GoPro film is much clearer underwater than I think these DJI cameras would.
I don't know, man. You just don't know. But anyway, thank you for sending that in. If you want to send something in for next week, it doesn't have to be an awesome lobster film, but anything. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Please let me know what you've used for your music, and if you need copyright-free music, you can use Epidemic Sound, epidemicsound.com. Free trial links in the description for 30 days. That's a whole month where you can use the entire library. And if you don't like it, well, then you can stop paying them. And even if you stop paying them, it's retroactive from the stuff that you used. So if you stop, the stuff that you already posted, it's covered, right? Remember, if it's not epidemic, it's crap! Now, that's not their slogan, but it should be. Yes, Sean. Did you have something to say?
I'm just really happy he got his drone back because that was really cool footage.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, before we go, just very quickly, a couple more super chats. Did I mention Brian Bush? $5. Great show, he says. Bart Bronner, $10. Awesome show, dude, from Louisville, Kentucky. TMC 3D with the $5 super sticker. Jim Beauchart from the Weekly Beauchart, of which Sean is now a super fan, I know. Canadian $5. Sean thought I was a jackass when I just woke up from a helium coma. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good to do, kids. Don't breathe as much helium as Uncle Beauchart did. Mappers 2 with the $2. Hope you enjoy the old bill. Good luck spending it. No, I'm never gonna spend it, man. Never. TriPro with the $5. One of your best shows, Ken. Thanks for not singing. Yes, whenever I don't sing, he loves it. And I'm trying to not sing as much in these because not everybody does like it, but I do.
I've got auto-tune on my mic.
Yeah, okay. Do you really?
I do.
Do you? Let's hear it.
Yes, I sure do. I can turn this on, that on. I can auto-tune the heck out of things and be like, wah.
Do the share. Do you believe in life?
Is it on? Is it working? Do you hear it correctly?
No.
No. We'll just turn it off.
Oh, that's fine. And Klaus, my bad. Aperlo, right? Anyway, thanks for the €5. Hey Ken, I'm still awake. Greetings from the Netherlands. In the pre-show chat, him and and Rob from the Netherlands, they were speaking Dutch back and forth in the chat, and I had to go to Google Translate. Like, what are you guys talking about? And they were just talking about the weather, but it was all like flurgen, glurgeny, glurgeny, flurgen, and I didn't know. Brad Henderson, $5. Thank you so much. Great show as always, Ken. You want to fly in St. Louis this weekend? Hit me up. Ooh, now there's an idea. Yeah. Contact me, please. I want to go somewhere this weekend. I got to get out of my little one-horse town. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Well, that's it. I'm going to leave you with the best joke of the night from Sean.
No, I'm out. I don't have it. Oh, my God. Okay. A man tried to sell me a coffin today. I told him that's the last thing I need. No, that one sucked. How about another one?
Okay.
How many optometrists does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
1 or 2? 1?
Ah! That's great. I like that. Way to end big. Way to end big.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Have
half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Man, thank you everybody for supporting the channel. We got Ben T with $5. Great show tonight. Ken and Sean for our what might be the last super chat of the evening. You can still do it though, after we say goodbye. Thanks to Filip from Tehran, Iran for being on and learning us a bunch of things about his country that we didn't know about. And thank you, Joey Helms, Volcano Man, for sharing your story about how you destroyed your DJI FPV on purpose. Thanks to Jeff Sills for the news. Thank you very much, Sean Oz, for being a co-host. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Until next time,
and bye.
That's it.
enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, the killer who processed meat. Say I enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, a tail like a processed meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Ashley too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!